All right, greetings. It's early Saturday. I'm going to be on YouTube all day today. I am going to have some topics. For this live, I don't have no topics, though. I'm just wilding out. I don't have no topics. I'm going to be all over the place. Chime in. I got a lot to talk about. Salute to everybody. If you've been over here and you said something in my live and I japped out, and you came back and act like nothing happened, welcome to the family. Okay, we don't. Okay. You become a part of the presentation. Excellent job. Okay. So it's an excellent job. You become a part of the presentation as long as you don't get crazy, and then you just stay over and just check out what's popping. I always remember I'm at a disadvantage. You just in the chat. This is my real face. So I have to be dominating. Other than that, welcome. If you on another channel, because I blocked your other channel, I go and unblock everybody every couple of months or whatever. Whenever I think about it, I'm going to unblock everybody and you back on the scene. So I'm be all over the place. Some people say, "Oh, you're too bullheaded, They're like, why you don't listen to other people's advice? I do listen to people that give information based on what we're talking about, depending on if I'm talking about something I've established as a theory of mine and a teaching of mine, or if we talking about something out in the world, I might not know what I'm talking about because you got to really read all the articles to know the details. I'd be like, nah, bro, it ain't like this, it's like that. I'm up for that type of information because when we talking about current events, you can't be right on current events because you just kind of talk about what you see on the news. We watch this stuff on the news. I got to try to get over here and interpret what's going on. But shoot, who knows what the hell's going on? NBC say one thing, CBS say another thing. So those type of conversations, yeah, I'm ready to adjust. But on the ideologies that I've established over all these decades, I don't really budge on those. I don't really budge on those. And that's a good place to start talking. You say, well, why don't you adjust your information? Because all my information has been adjusted. As a matter of fact, this is crazy. I started going live at my father's house when he wasn't doing well. So I got a whole bunch of my old videos, so I'm going to edit it. And I have to edit certain things I said out because I don't teach that no more. It's real crazy. I forgot. I wish I would remember it. But it's certain things I'm saying in my old videos that I don't say anymore. And it was because I was talking about things I hadn't been talking about. I haven't been in a situation doing lives all the time. And so a lot of my lives have created more ideologies for me. In other words, I'm saying something, I'm always thinking about what I'm saying. And then some things I'm saying, like, that ain't actually right. I'll improve it. It's crazy. So I had to actually take stuff out that I said like 7, 8 years ago. I had to take it out because I've updated that information because I was creating new ideologies based on just talking all the time. So I was saying new things that I kind of thought about that I never really thought about like that. But now that I said them, now I'm really thinking about them and I'm delving into them. And then I end up correcting them. So a lot of the stuff you're seeing now is updated information that I updated myself. That's deep. I said, wow, yeah, I really updated that. Oh, I give you a perfect example. when you hear me say, it's the God and Goddess, then it's the Lords and Lordesses, right? And then one of the Lords formed Adam, right? And then went back and made Eve. And then the Lords slept with the descendants of Eve. See, all of that is information I built just from being on YouTube talking. I had the basic principles, but I hadn't built it to perfection. So I couldn't put it in there because when I was saying it, I wasn't saying it right. You understand? Because, okay, let's break it down. Talking is one of the best things you could do in your life. You got to understand, when I'm not on here, I'm not talking about that type of stuff. I got businesses, I got bills to pay. So I can't pay no bills sitting around philosophizing. So all my philosophizing nowadays happens on social media. And then when you're a person that really seeks information, you don't give yourself no pass. And this is what I'm trying to tell a lot of brothers. Like, I don't own the information. So just because I say some information, I don't feel like I own that information. That information is up for me to make sure that it fits me, because it's the information and then it's me. And even though I say the information, I'm constantly thinking about the information and critiquing it. And if the information I say don't sit all the way right with me, then I begin to construct it. Because let me tell you something. When you got information, this is why you got to eat right too. Because if you don't eat right, you ain't gonna be able to do this. So you got to be plant-based. Your body got to be clean. If your body not clean, you can't think. This is for real. So when I come up with an ideology and I say it, if I don't have it all the way right, it won't rest. Swear to God. It will not rest in my mind. It sits there. It's the weirdest thing. It sits there. It's something I think about every now and then, which means I don't got it right. When I finally get it right, I don't think about it anymore. It's crazy. Like, think about some of your philosophies. And if they still sitting on your chest or sitting on your mind, that means you ain't tweaked it all the way yet. And sometimes you're not paying attention to, I don't got this all the way right. But here goes the thing. You're not wrong. You're heading in the right direction, but you ain't got there. And people get that confused. You're heading in the right direction, but you ain't there. And I've had things like that took 20 years. 20 years, especially being around Sunrise. He said stuff I didn't know what he was saying. I just remembered it, and it took a long time. Oh, this is what he's saying. And so information, it'll sit on your mind and in your chest if you ain't really answered it. You can feel it. It's like, I kind of got this. I'm right, but I'm not there. It's the difference between, okay, if you're going to your grandmother's house, you headed to grandma's house, you're going in the right direction, but you ain't reached her house yet. So don't let nobody turn your car around and go back this way. Grandma lived that way. And don't let nobody argue with you and mix you up the difference between going to grandma's house and getting to grandma's house. So you heading towards the knowledge. You heading in the right direction. Somebody gonna come to you, go back this way. No, I'm headed in the right direction. I just ain't got to the conclusion. I'm not gonna let you turn me around. Now, why, Pharaoh? Why can't people turn you around? Because when you're dealing with knowledge like me, and this is a fact, 95% of the people that try to tell you something is telling you old stuff you already threw out. They thinking they telling you something new. It be old stuff that you already canceled that. You've already mastered what they telling you. So I be having brothers come over here telling me old stuff that I mastered when I was in my young 20s. Brother, I've been through that school of thought. I've been through that in the garbage. But you bring it to me like it's something new, bro. What you saying is not new. I've already ran that through my mind. It's already canceled itself out. So that's why he be like, why he act like he's the only one know stuff? No, maybe I already been there. Have you ever thought about that? You saying old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anybody tell you, all the brothers got now like Azim. Azim could tell you all his old stuff. I guarantee you he got old stuff. I guarantee you Azim got old stuff that he was thinking and he was willing to teach that he don't teach no more. I'm telling you, that's just a part of the game. When you do knowledge, you be having old stuff. You have to cancel your own self out. You have to cancel your own self out. I'm telling you. That's why you always got to be open. Am I telling a lie, Azim? You got to cancel your old self out. All the time. And every time you get into a new section, you got to start all over again. Because there's a whole bunch of different sections of knowledge. So when people say knowledge, no, it ain't like knowledge. It's this knowledge and that knowledge and that knowledge and that knowledge. Like plant-based. That's a whole separate knowledge. That don't go with racial knowledge, historical history knowledge. No, that's a whole different knowledge. And so really to get to where you really want to go, you got to master a lot of knowledges that people don't understand. And when you master these knowledges, one knowledge takes you into another knowledge. So if you're going into plant-based knowledge, and then you study ancient Kemet too, and you find out that ancient Kemet was mostly vegetarians. They ate fish rarely. And you go, oh, the whole North Africa was mostly vegetarian. And once you get it below the bottom point, it wasn't a whole lot of people lived there originally. And they was vegetarians, but it just wasn't as many people. All of that, when you go to halfway point of Africa, all that down there, all that's new. All them people in West Africa, they all came from East Africa. They all came from East Africa. You know what I mean? And so if you get over here, you know what I'm saying? And you say something and I jump on it, you know, that's not personal. That's not personal. I'm never jumping on you. I'm jumping on what you said and the information. When you come back, I don't remember. So for anybody over here, I don't be remembering nothing if we had type of interchange, unless it was something that we do a lot and it was positive or something like that. Other than that, I don't be trying to remember who said what and all that. I don't be holding stuff against nobody or none of that. We're not doing all that. Once the conversation's over, the conversation's over. When we go in a new conversation, whatever happened in that conversation, that's irrelevant. We're not petty over here. I'm not doing petty stuff. I'm not putting nobody in no doghouse or nothing like that. The only reason you'll see me block people because they interrupting the rest of the chat. They being rude and they trying to bully the chat and other people is watching and want to be in the chat. So I got to get you out of here because now you're making the chat look crazy. If I see your name a lot in the chat, it got to be because you saying something positive like Azim. I can't see you in the chat a lot and you just hold negativity. What's up, Kathy? Louisiana's in the building for sure. So today I'm going to wild out all day. Okay. I'm going to wild out all day. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. We got my brother that I be stealing all his stuff. Reverend Tim. Reverend Tim, I be stealing all Reverend Tim stuff. Yep, I be out there, hey, with your extra pretty self. Reverend Tim that got in my head. Reverend Tim, my TikTok disappeared. It just disappeared. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it got hacked and disappeared because I didn't get no message from TikTok. So maybe it got hacked. It's gone. I got to do another one. I'll get around to it. I got how many TikToks? I got a lot of social media. So it takes a while. All my businesses got social media. See what I'm saying? So Pharaoh Said That got a bunch of social media. Vegan Intel got a bunch of social media. Pay Black Americans got a bunch of social media. Pharaoh's social media is the least of my concern. Okay. My business social media is the one that I'm concentrating on. You know what I'm saying? There go my brother Jamal Inglewood in the building. Bro, we gotta hook up, bro. I ain't seen you in some years. What's up? What's up, Khalil? Much respect. Kathy doing it big. New Orleans, Louisiana taking over. Louisiana taking over. They finna step on all y'all, us. All y'all. They finna step on all us, y'all. Louisiana finna step on everybody. Won't step our game up. It's gonna be the Hollywood Mecca and all that. You know what I'm saying? Onyx is in the building. The beautiful Sticia's in the building. Hey, cutie. What's up, James in the building? Represent where y'all from. My brother Craig is in the building. Always doing this thing. Aquarius in the building. So, the live I did yesterday, it disappeared too. I don't know if I deleted it by mistake. I was watching it, and then when I stopped watching, it was gone. It was gone. I'm telling you. It's on Patreon though. Because I do my lives from StreamYard, and StreamYard save everything. So when StreamYard save it, if anything happened to it, I just post it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? If you are a content creator, okay, shout out to my boy DJ Academics. DJ Academics had some problems with Twitch not too long ago. And the other day he said he on everybody. He on all platforms. He said if you just deal with one platform, then they can control you. So if you want to be out here, you want to be a content creator, make sure you're on everything. Make sure you're on Twitch. Make sure you're on Rumble. Make sure you're on Kick. Make sure you're on Patreon. Make sure you everywhere. Because you can't let one form of social media control you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be everywhere. You feel me? You got to be everywhere. And shout out to my people over at YouTube for tolerating me. YouTube tolerate me. They be like, Pharaoh, it's not us. It's the advertisers. I say, cool, I got love for YouTube. YouTube let me do my thing. You know, they'll after my 90 days, they'll give me another warning. They won't give me a strike. They'll give me a warning. And if I make it 90 days and I say something crazy, they give me another warning. I'm trying to go holler at YouTube. I need to holler at YouTube because I got a business proposition for YouTube. Because YouTube is slow. You know, I'm telling you, YouTube need to have a content creator conference. And not no content, all the corny content creators, they cool too. I respect all content creators. But I'm talking about the ones on the edge. the Hassan Campbells and the Charleston Whites and Whack 100s and me and that, them kind. And the ones that's on the edge, they need to have a big forum with us because they need to push on the edge content. They need to stop just thinking just regular content. Everybody don't want to see regular good talking content. That's why we don't watch TV. We can watch TV if we want to see everybody speaking proper and everybody perfect. We don't want to see that. We want to see people on the edge. We want to see Zip with the drip. One of the best content creators on social media right now. Shout out to Zip. They done took down Zip Instagram because he's going back and forth with Terror Squad now. But still, man, don't take the man's stuff down. You know what I'm saying? That's the best content on here, man. We want people. I don't even like Charleston White, but he got the right to be Charleston White. I would never take away his right to be Charleston White. He's Charleston. Let him be Charleston. I don't watch him. I don't support him. What that got to do with his right? There's people that do watch him. So I can't say because I don't watch him, don't nobody need to watch him. Man, come on. I don't eat meat either. So should we ban meat? No. Let people do their thing. You know, Hassan Campbell was one of the people built YouTube, whether you like him or not. Yeah, they need to have a YouTube convention and get their money right because they need to have a YouTube that you got to pay just a little bit, you know, just like $5 a month, right? So everybody could afford it, but that's a lot of $5. No, YouTube should do it. Why would you have everybody leave Google because YouTube is owned by Google? Why would Google have them leave and go somewhere else? Just create YouTube Extreme. And then we can sign up and you take our whole channel and just put it over there. Just send me over, just send all this stuff. And now I'm under YouTube Extreme. Real simple. Why would you lose the money? See, YouTube is saying, here go the thing. YouTube is saying that the content, that the advertisers don't like when we be talking crazy. But that's because they advertising to advertisers based on everybody that's talking basic information. But if they created a side where everybody wilding out, then the advertisers that like wilding out are advertise over there. Because there's advertisers that will advertise on the wild side for sure. For sure. It's advertisers that would love to advertise over there on the free speech side. Heck yeah. They'll make more money. I'm telling you, if they had YouTube Extreme, it would make more money than YouTube. Way more. Way more. Way more. This is a fact. Way more. Well, I don't mind giving them no idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind giving them no idea. They need to holler at me. I go see them. You know what I mean? I can't make all the money, so if they can make it, hey, I don't got a YouTube. They can make money. They hear what I tell them, they can make money. Only thing I say is if you see my idea, you make money, just throw me a little bag or something and just let it go. Do what's decent. Now, if you don't do what's decent, that's on you. But, you know, stand on business. But I don't care if they take it, as long as they put me over there. As long as they put me over there. So I could really, I wanna just say what I want to say. I don't want to be a good boy because I'm a man. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll give you an example. I got a Patreon and I got a YouTube for Vegan Intel. When you go to Vegan Intel, I'm not the same person I am over here. Why? Because on Vegan Intel, what I'm talking about puts me in the vibe of what I'm talking about. It puts me in that vibe. So when I'm on Vegan Intel, I'm there to talk about eating right, health, and stuff like that. Over here on Pharaoh Said That, we talking about anything and everything. And I'm born and raised in Chicago. And growing up in Chicago, we could talk three different ways. We talk different. We talk one way at home. We talk another way. We talk probably two different ways outside, depending on where we at outside. And then we talk another way at work. Then for real Black Americans, we talk different depending on the subject matter. Certain subject matters, is one way. Other subject matters, we wild out just based on the subject. It's been like that. If my daddy talking about carpentry, he talk one way. But if my daddy talking about a cousin or something that's running around in the streets, he use different words. He starts saying running around the street like chicken with her head cut off like a fool. He don't be saying none of them words when he talk about carpentry. But they won't, you know what I'm saying? I want to be free. I want to talk the way we really talk. I want to document Black American history. I'm Black American history. So you seeing Black American history, how Black Americans function all these years. This is how we get down. Okay? This is how we get down. You understand? This is how we get down. And then when people be like, you know, you old and stuff like that, listen, let me teach y'all something. Ain't none of that. It ain't none of that old stuff. In this time, people get me mixed up from my parents. My parents was born in the South in the 30s. When they came to Chicago, they was in their 20s. So when they came to Chicago in their 20s, they was a certain kind of way and they stayed that way. People want to compare me to that generation. I'm not that generation. I'm born in Chicago, 1958, Michael Reese Hospital. All my outside been in Chicago. And my generation, we don't stay no kind of way. We don't stay no kind of way. We Black people. And Black people born in the city, we, whatever the city say, we say. You don't get too old. You never get old where you don't do that. The only way you get old where you stay a certain way is if you're in a certain profession where you go to work and go home and go to work and go home. Yeah. Then a Black person is going to talk a certain type of way that's my age. That's not me. I'm a vendor. I do concerts. I'm in the music business. I sign young rappers. I'm around young rappers all day. And so I talk like them because I'm talking to them. And Black people, we change quick. Whatever everybody say, we say it. That's just how it is. So I'm not the typical 67-year-old. I'm different. I'm different. So people would get that confused. They're like, well, I'm not that 67. There's a lot of different 67s, bro. There are 67s that work jobs, that play cards and hang out. They get a little loose when they play cards, but they stay within a certain thing. Then there's 67-year-olds that been in and out of prison or in and out of jail and be still in the streets. And they ain't like the ones that go to work every day. Then you got the ones like me that's every damn where. So I talk 5 different ways. I'm around a bunch of white people. I'm around a bunch of Asian people. I'm around a bunch of older black people. Then I'm around a whole bunch of young, wild people. So I have to be able to, you know, like do like my mother do, you know. You had Bess Stewart at the job, and then you had Bessie at the crib. At the crib, Mama wasn't doing none of that talk like she talking at work. I remember one day we was at church because they wanted us to go to Lutheran school. So they tried to take us out to public school. So they put us in a Lutheran 7th grade. I had to go Lutheran. So now we got to go to church over there. So we had just started going to church. And after church one day, I seen my mama talking, yeah. And so we got caught. I said, Mama, why you was talking like that? She said, shut up, boy. Because I wanted to know why my mom was talking different. I'm like, Mama, you don't talk like that. Why you was talking like that? Because it just blew my mind. I never seen my mama around people at churches. I just know my mom at home. Boy, go sit your ass down. Ooh, you getting on my damn nerves. That's the Bessie I know. And so when I seen the prim and proper Bessie, I'm in the 7th grade, I was confused. Where my mama went. My mama disappeared. Who is this lady? Who is you? You know what I'm saying? Who is my mama? Who is this mama? If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. You know how you talk when you come home around the children sometimes. Except me. Hey, on my soul. The regular me be talking crazy and got just my own way. Do you know when I raised my Rottweilers, you know I raised my Rottweilers and talked to them just like the kids? I talked to my dogs just like I talked to the kids. And my dogs were smart. They knew what I was saying. Go sit your ass down somewhere. You getting on my nerve. He goes, sit down. And I be cussing him out and everything. You so stupid. Why you tear that up like that? What the hell's wrong with you? Act like you ain't got no sense. He just be sitting there looking. He be knowing he in trouble. You know what I'm saying? The dog still know he get the point, he in trouble. I don't be like, here, boy. I be like, come here. And he come. Oh, I talk to him regular. I ain't talk to him no dog talk. You know what I'm saying? He part of the family. He got it. You know what I'm saying? Take your ass over there and sit down. You get on my nerve. He go over there and he sit down. You know what I'm saying? I never talk to my dog in dog talk. Never. I talked to him regular talk. He was smart. He was smart. So yeah, you know, nobody like you to tell the truth. The truth is a offense, but it's not a sin. So over here, we just kicking the bobos. Listen, on a side note, go, first things first. Go and support Pharaoh Said That Live. Pharaoh Said That Live is about to drop pretty soon. I think I'm gonna get a background, make the background different or something like that. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to present it. But go over there and subscribe to Pharaoh Said That Live. I'm gonna have both channels, but Pharaoh Said That Live is gonna be different. I'm separating all my content because I just been putting all my content in one spot. I'm separating the vegan content. I'm separating certain conversations and lives. I'm separating all of that. And part of that separation is Pharaoh Said That Live. Go subscribe. So Pharaoh said that live, you're gonna have Baba TV and everybody. That's over here. I'm just bullheaded, just kicking my stuff. Over there, I'm gonna be having y'all going to the live, getting other people to say what they say. So over there, I'm gonna be more of a host. All the live, all the conversations with people coming to the lives. I'm gonna have phone lines and all that over there. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna have a phone line. You could call into the phone line, or you could come into the live stream over there. So it's not gonna be like over here. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be more open. Over here, not open. I'm just kicking the bobos. But over there, it's gonna be for the family. It's gonna be for everybody to come over and express whatever they gonna express. I'm gonna still be teaching because I'm gonna show people how to let people express their own self. So I can show y'all, I could do both of them, it don't matter. And try to teach y'all how you listen to people. When somebody come over with their ideas, I'm not gonna shut them down. I'm gonna say thanks for your information, and then we're gonna let somebody else come in. I don't gotta argue with you when I tell you to come in and express yourself. I'm not gonna argue with you about what you're expressing. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all about me. Stop arguing with brothers and sisters about what they expressing when they initiate the expression. Whoever initiate the expression got the floor. This is Black history. Especially you brothers, y'all got to get in line. Whoever, when we would be out, we would go to places because we didn't have social media. We would go to places where all the brothers is at. Nation of Islam there, Rasta there, Hebrews there, African drummers, everybody. And when a brother get up and start talking, that's it. No, there's no rebuttal. We don't rebuttal brothers. I'm trying to bring that back. We don't rebuttal. If he got up and started talking, he got the floor. This is Black history. This is the way we function, black man. When a brother get up and kick what he kicking, and he finished, the conversation is over. You heard what he said. We don't have nobody go and step on what the brother said. We reward a brother or a sister for being the one to talk up and speak up. You get rewarded for that. If you in a society, well, a lot of people don't say nothing, and a brother and sister kick off something of intelligence, why would you challenge that? With so many people ain't talking about nothing. So it got to get to a point where you got to let people say what they say, and then that's the end of it. Challenging everything just creates confusion. There's no reason for me to challenge no brothers when they say whatever they say. That you heard what he said. We're going to stand on what he said. So that's what I'm going to be doing over there, show you the two different sides. A lot of people over here, they say, you don't let nobody else say nothing. Listen, man, this is entertainment and this is business, okay? And so if I come over here and I make a channel and it's called Pharaoh Said That, what you think I got to do? I got to stand on what Pharaoh said. Duh. It's already set up for just one person to dominate the conversation. What? You don't understand the title of the program? So that's why the other one is Pharaoh Said That live, which means we going live. It's going to give other people opportunities to say whatever they say. I'm not going to be challenging brothers. I don't challenge brothers on their philosophy. That's a no-no. That's revolutionary disorderly conduct. You don't do that. But I understand y'all didn't have to go to lectures. We used to have to go to lectures. Baba would tell you, and when you go to lecture, you don't get to say nothing. They might take questions at the end. But when I used to go see Dr. Yosef Ben-Jayani, he didn't take no questions at the end. Now, you could walk up and buy a book and he autograph, but he didn't take no questions. He don't want you to tell him nothing. He don't want you to tell him nothing. Dick Gregory took no questions at the, none. I can name a bunch of them. They don't take questions. They say bow, 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 and that's the end of it. And they're not taking no questions. You cannot challenge them. How are you going to challenge Dr. Ben and you're a baby? See, when I was coming up, I stayed in my place. So when brothers was 60, 50, 60 years old, and I'm only 20, I stayed in my place. I never challenged no elder like that. That's out of line. Like, I can't tell dude nothing. And if I'm challenging, I mean I ain't listening. So let's say you get up and start talking. And you finna talk for an hour and a half. And I get up and ask you a question that you said after 30 minutes. That means after 30 minutes, I didn't listen to nothing you said. I got stuck on that one little thing you said. I ain't listening to nothing else. At the end of the lecture, I'm going to ask you about something. See what I'm saying? You ain't learning like that. You're supposed to take all the knowledge in. You're not supposed to throw no knowledge out. You're supposed to take in everything a person say. You don't throw none of it out. Because you take the knowledge in, don't mean you have to believe it. And a lot of y'all young people, you don't understand that. Listening to some knowledge and remembering what they said is not believing it. It's just remembering it. But you kind of begin to think that somebody trying to get you to believe something. Nobody trying to get you to believe nothing. Just remember it. Because that information that you throw out, later in life, you might see something where now that information make a lot of sense. But you didn't hold on to the information. So later when you see something that verifies that information, you ain't going to learn nothing. You got to keep all those references. You got to separate listening and believing. You got to stop thinking, young black man, that you're supposed to believe something. You're not supposed to believe what I'm saying. You're just supposed to listen to it. Real talk. So over here today, we just freestyling. You know what I mean? Talking to the people and stuff, kicking the bobos. But you don't be believing stuff. That's the worst way. You ain't gonna really never had no knowledge. I got a lot of knowledge just from remembering what all the different brothers were saying. And then I applied it when we got to the right place. I remember what Malcolm said. I remember what Martin said. I remember what Mandela said, what Winnie said, what all of them I remember. I just remember what they said. That's it. And then as I'm going through life building my philosophy, I try to see if it fit in. This is why they never let you hear what Martin Luther King said. They ran a game on me because they never let me hear what MLK said. They just kept playing. I've been to the mountaintop. I've been with whites and blacks together. That's the only thing they ever let us hear about MLK. So we had the wrong impression of MLK. They did that on purpose to give us the wrong impression of the brother. They ain't really tell us what he was really standing on. Just like they be lying about integration. They be lying. Integration, it wasn't no such thing as integration. Integration was a European concept. There was never no black concept of integration. It was the European system was saying we was trying to integrate, that we was trying to follow them. We wasn't no integration. We just trying to get better schools and better homes. How's that integration? Because you're trying to live in a better house. They gonna call that integration. Integration would be to move up in their house with them. Like, we ain't trying to move in your house with you. We trying to have our own stuff. Real talk. So we out here, we trying to push free speech. We need to be pushing free speech, the freedom of speech, freedom to express themselves. People are losing They right to free speech because of social media. They took social media and sent everybody over to social media to express themselves and shut down all other ways to communicate. Then once they got you over there, they started restricting you. And they first started restricting you in COVID. Ever since COVID, they done took all your rights away. All your rights. Now you gotta say unalive. Before we were saying unalive, what we were saying, what was the first word we said when they took our rights? We started saying the jab. The jab. You couldn't even say vaccine. You had to say the jab. You had to post a needle because you couldn't say nothing. That's when they start breaking. That's when they start breaking everybody down right there. And we never recovered from that. We still on that. We still on that. Right there, we should have said, we're not saying no jab. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying unalive. We're not saying jab. Show us what these words we saying is something wrong with these words we saying. Just don't tell me I can't say no word. Explain to me in specifics why. Well, they ain't got no specifics. They don't have you not saying the word for no reason. They just trying to break down your freedom. They just trying to make you a social slave. They ain't got no reason for these rules and regulations other than to train you like an animal, take away your freedom of speech, and make you pay them to tell you what to do. Basically, got you paying them to tell you what to do. And so what happens is if they trying to force you to pay them for them to tell you what to do, some people so thirsty, they going to come and they going to keep doing it. So if you all get off the platforms, it ain't going to matter because you always got suckers, sellouts. They going to come anyway. They going to be good boys and girls. But if everybody just got off of social media until they gave us some respect, they wouldn't make no money without us. They advertising because of how many people they got on their platform. So how you gonna tell us what to do when we the boss of this whole situation? We the one making you money. Without the content creators, there ain't no viewers. Without no viewers, there ain't no money. Keep it real. We living in a world where we the ones doing everything and making them think, and they thinking they the boss off of your work. Show me one thing that the system is doing. The people doing everything. The system ain't doing nothing. They got the citizens doing everything, and then they taking your money and telling you what to do. And stringing you along until they make enough robots and automation where they can tell you to go to hell. Because they plan to replace you anyway. So I don't know what you're waiting for. You're just waiting for all your jobs to be gone? Because all your jobs finna be bye-bye. Where you letting these people run over you. On my soul. Where you're not united. You're trying to be like united white people, united black people, like weirdo stuff like that instead of just united people. A lot of white Americans is waking up and realize, oh man, we doing this white stuff. This ain't even about white. This is people versus technology. They waking up because the whole white thing was just it was a game they ran on them, made them think they was special so that they could rob everybody. And then once they rob everybody, they letting white Americans know you ain't nothing. Go sit down. This is about the billionaires. We don't care nothing about you, your farm. We don't care nothing about you losing money. We don't care nothing if you can't get no goods. We doing tariffs because we gonna make money. We gonna lower the prices and invest. What you think gonna happen if they make the moves and the economy crash? The prices gonna go down. And what the billionaires gonna do once the prices go down? They're gonna buy everything. And then they're gonna make the prices go back up. And when the prices go back up, you ain't gonna have nothing. And they're gonna have everything. Anybody can see the play. That's why you should never put a billionaire in president. You never should put a multi-millionaire or a billionaire should never be president. Because he ain't going to have the interest of the people. He going to have the interest of the dollar. He going to help his other billionaire, millionaire friends. He ain't going to help you. They thought the president was going to get in there and make money for everybody, and he a multi-millionaire. Who told you that? Multi-millionaires are not good for business. They are good for monopolies. They put people out of business. You can't be a small tire company. You got to be Goodyear, Uniroyal. They trying to crush you. You can't sell no tires. You can't sell no milk. You got to be Borden's. You can't open no store. You got to be Whole Foods. You got to be Jewels. You can't open no pharmacy. You got to be Walgreens or CVS. Show me some local pharmacies. They barely exist. So when you start putting rich people in power, you becoming a slave. They don't got your best interest. You got to put working people in power. A bunch of rich people up in there in the government. That was the dumbest thing they could have did. They would have did better with the hard-working lady in there than with Trump. You know what I'm saying? They should have put the hard-working lady in there. You know what I'm saying? But people don't be thinking. If it never been a female president and you put a female in there, she got something to prove. She got a lot to prove. You put Trump in there, he ain't got nothing to prove. You should have put somebody in there that had something to prove. But you wasn't thinking. The chauvinism came out. Everybody was trying to pretend it was anything other than men don't respect women. It was disgusting. A lot of black men were saying everything instead of it was chauvinism. Nobody wanted to say that. It was clear chauvinism. It ain't like her because she was a woman. Even though she was the most qualified. They put somebody in there who never held no political job in their life. They came off a TV show. No qualifications other than he's a white dude with some money. No qualifications. Everything else, everybody else got to have qualifications. Trump had no qualifications to ever be president. None. Zero. None. He had no qualifications. And now he in there talking about he going to get rid of DEI because you got to have qualifications. That's what I said, man. Y'all go over that. He said now he not doing DEI. You got to have a qualification. But he the president with no qualifications. He is DEI. He just got in there because he was a rich white dude. That's DEI. Come on, man. He is DEI. What political job he held before president? That's DEI. That's DEI. Billionaires and millionaires are investing in robotics and computers, so they ain't got to pay nobody. They just worry about the bottom line, like Leonard said. And the bottom line, if they could get a robot, then the robot could work 24 hours a day. They don't need no shifts. That robot break down, you put another one out there. You ain't got to never close. The only people got to change shifts is the managers that's there making sure everything is running. They don't need no whole staff there. But they not smart because if you got robots, then people ain't got jobs, so ain't nobody got no money to buy nothing from you. So they kind of slow. You got to understand, they say it's Lucifer and it's the Most High. If there's God and the devil, guess which one is a dumbass? I'm just saying, common sense will tell you one of them is extremely high level intelligence and one of them is a straight idiot. Duh. But they never talk about that. If you got a God, the Most High, and you got Satan, two opposites. And if the Most High is extremely high intelligence, then what's the opposite? A dumbass. I ain't saying it's true, but Why would you listen to Lucifer? According to our descriptions, his dumb ass got kicked out of heaven. How the hell you get kicked out of heaven, bro? If you believe that, I ain't saying it's true, but that's what they say. They say the devil got kicked out of heaven, right? So if you got kicked out of heaven, you's a dumbass. How the hell you get kicked out of heaven, bro? I don't know. I don't know. Make it make some sense. How you get kicked out of heaven, bro? Imagine your child go to kindergarten and come on get kicked out of kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? How you get kicked out of kindergarten? How you get kicked out of heaven? I know if I was in heaven, I would get kicked out. How you get kicked out of heaven? Why would I listen to you? You couldn't even survive in heaven? Come on, man. What's going on, Ross? I'm on here on this coffee and coconut milk. They make my drink special because they know I'm a vegan. They make myself special. He says, it's very interesting. They know what I want when I walk up. Oh, they start working on it. Boom. Because they know I don't want the Babylon stuff. I don't want, okay, I don't want none of that cream, none of that stuff. You know what it is. Go make my stuff from scratch. Make my stuff from scratch. Don't give me what you giving them. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me what you giving everybody else. Hey, baby girl, I like it whipped. Yeah, I like Stesia. You know what I'm saying? Whip it real good. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, as soon as you ask me, you know what I mean? Yeah, sweetie. You know, I got toxic masculinity, ladies, so I'm always extremely different with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? For you brothers out there, you always be very nice to the ladies and very toxic masculine with the ladies, you know? Always. Even but you don't be creepy. It's a difference. You can say little sexy stuff to them, but let it be like a joke or just talk. Don't be like really no creep. Don't be no sweat hog. You know what I'm saying? Just make them feel beautiful and let them know you would hit it. You know what I'm saying? You would. Every lady is possible to be your queen if you looking for a queen. You know what I'm saying? Always make the ladies feel good. You can't be beefing with the ladies. You can't take no vibe from one lady that you had a bad vibe with and put that on ladies like that. Be nice to the ladies. The ladies got categories, okay? They could be your granddaughter, your daughter, your wife, your mother, or your grandmother. So I always remember ladies fit in one of those 5 categories and treat them as such. Just don't treat them like they just can only be your girlfriend. Stesia could be my sister. She could be my daughter. She could be my auntie. So you got to take all that into consideration. Alexa could be my sister, could be my cousin. So every woman is just not a sex item. But if they're related to you, you always want to make them feel beautiful. You can make a woman feel beautiful and attractive without being a sweat hog. You don't have to actually be all in their DMs and just be chasing every woman. just to let them know they beautiful. You don't have to go that far. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like Alexa's a very beautiful lady, very pretty. But you don't have to just leave it like that. Don't make them uncomfortable. Always, when you're a man, always give the ladies the utmost respect. If you always compliment the ladies and always be nice to the ladies, all these ladies will come down from some of the stuff you brothers complaining about. The only reason you complain about the ladies, because men ain't been approaching them right. If you start approaching them right, then the women will come down and chill. The women is acting a certain way because the brothers ain't approaching them right. I just seen the dude get unalived because a woman got out the car. Her man was in the car. He looked all at the lady in front of the man in the car. The man got out the car and unalived her. Everybody like, he unalived her for some pee. No, he didn't do that over no pee. He did that out of disrespect. Now, he shouldn't have did it because he threw his life away. But I know why he did it. Because the brother that looked at her like that is foul. Why would you do that when her man's sitting right in the car? Her man's sitting right in the car. I'm in the car with my wife. My wife get out the car and you go look at my wife's butt right there in front of me. And you got brothers talking about that ain't no big deal. Why? That's not no big deal to you. Because you ain't got no problem with somebody doing that to your mama with your daddy sitting in the car. And because you that type of person. So as soon as the brother said he shouldn't have cared, you just telling me you that kind of dude, because I'm not doing that to no brother. I'm not disrespecting no brother like that. I'm not never disrespecting no man and looking at his woman while the man right there and then gonna call him tender. You the one tender making up fake stuff, saying he tender because y'all want to push, don't care nothing about no lady. Don't care nothing about your baby mama. And I done got 2 children by this woman and we somewhere, and you just gonna disrespect me like that? Okay, let's take what you said. You said he just got home from doing 16 years for another murder, right? So therefore, Cleveland, if you look at the wrong man's woman that done just 16 years, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that if you play with somebody that did a murder already? And so what you're saying is watch who you playing with is what I'm interpreting. Yeah, watch who you playing with, because I might have just did 16 for a murder. You're 100% right. So if he just did 16 for a murder and dude got unalived, who was wrong? The one that got unalived because he was playing with the wrong one. Yeah, he was playing with the wrong one. And that's what you get in Cracker Jacks. Yeah. Watch. The moral of the story is what then, Cleveland? Watch who you playing with. Watch who you playing with. That's the moral of the story. Yeah. Yeah, watch who you playing with. First off, for a black man, dude that got unalived is foul, he bogus, and he a bad representative for the black man. Bro, you gonna do another brother like that? Which one of y'all want to do another brother like that and look all at his woman when he's sitting right there? Like you King Kong or something, like you God or something. Y'all don't think it's disrespectful when you go out with your woman and a dude just look at her and try to talk to her right when she's standing with you? Y'all think that's cool? Y'all legitimizing that? And I'm just supposed to play it off on Tinder? Really? It's respect out here. We be taking respect. I had a couple dudes do that when I went out with my queen. I didn't do what dude did. I didn't do what dude did. I did it different. But something got did though. Point got proven. Oh, I'm gonna let you come down off your high horse. I might even take her home. If we had a club or something, I might take her home real quick. I'm just saying, I might be like, come baby, let's go. Take her home and then I change clothes. She said, where you going? I like, I gotta run to the gas station. I forgot something. And I might come right back down there and let's readjust this situation. I might say something to you, or I might not. I might not know what happened to you. Because ain't nobody really taking no disrespect just because you in the European world. Stop thinking this European gonna save you when you're doing some stuff in our culture you can't do. If you was in a natural world where black men was at, you wouldn't be able to do that. In no village, nowhere in a black society would that be permissible. There's no chief of no society or no black society we could have where that would be permissible. That would be looked at as a violation. Period. You violating the tribe. Especially if you do that to another person in the tribe. He doing that to another black man. No, but here go the thing. No, it don't go like that. When you go out here playing Cleveland, you could be playing with a brother that's going to play it off, or you could be playing with a time bomb. It ain't make no sense for me to say what dude should have did. He played with the wrong one. That's the laws on the street. I don't know where the street dudes at. They didn't went. I don't know. They didn't turn soft. In the streets, watch who you playing with. Because you could be with a dude that just got his car towed, ain't got the money to get out the tow, finna get evicted, been arguing with his wife, mama passed away. Boom. He pull up there. He already on 1,000. His baby mama get out the car, you look at her crazy, bow. Because you don't know what that man going through. Playing. Because you thinking that you playing with somebody trying to punk somebody. And you end up punking the wrong person. People got things going on. And you out there thinking you something, and now you're not here no more. That's his fault he's not here. He wasn't worth nothing anyway. Rest in peace. He wasn't nothing. He wasn't good for the community. What we losing? He was no good. You know what I'm saying? Young brothers, a lot of young brothers, you know, they're going to get their wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? All this out-of-line stuff, you're going to get your wake-up call. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You're going to get your wake-up call. You're only doing that stuff because the Europeans control everything. But once we get control of our communities, all that stuff going to be over with. All that going to be over with. Our brother was unalived at a gas station for looking at another man's woman right while he's sitting at the car, looking at her butt. Like over-the-top disrespect. Well, these brothers ain't got no respect no more. They be on some disrespect. Ain't got no manners. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no manners. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't really built like that. When you see a black man or any man and he disrespectful, that's because he a punk. Because anybody in the real world that know how rough it is out here, they're not going to put their life on the line being disrespectful. So I just show you, any man you see acting disrespectful in public, he ain't really real. He's soft. Trying to act hard. He not hard. Because if you hard, you're going to be around dudes that hard, and you're going to know how hard dudes going to get down if you do that. So the only man would do that is a man that would let you do that to him. But if a man know you can't do that to him, he not going to do it to nobody else. Because he know the results if somebody do it to him. So dude that did that is a punk. He wasn't standing on nothing. He was soft. He wasn't hard. He wasn't hard. He was soft. Because real gangsters don't care nothing about no woman. So he wasn't no gangster. He was a soft. The gangsters out there going to get what they going to get and going to push on. We ain't looking at no women like that, period. I don't know how you try to turn all of this weirdo stuff to women as gangster. That ain't gangster. Gangsters don't care nothing about women like that. Gangsters got their woman already. When gangsters go outside, they just trying to do what they try to do and keep it pushing. Gangsters ain't looking at no woman's butt like that. Gangsters move like kings, not like peasants. A real gangster, a woman got to holler at us. We not finna holler at you. We not finna holler at you under no circumstances. You're going to have to walk up to me and ask me my name. I'm not asking you nothing. Facts. I'm not asking you nothing. I'm not chasing you. I'm chasing the bag, and you going to chase the bag. I get the bag, and you going to chase the bag. Period. Money talks, and BS walks. Ain't nobody doing that. So he's a punk. And you'll never see me do that. You'll never see me say nothing to no woman, period. You'll never see me talk to no woman in public. Ever. She got to say something. Or it's got to be presented to me. I'm not no sweatheart. I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? I'm a king. I'll bow down and kiss the ring. Boy, I'm not finna talk to no woman like that. I don't give a what she look like. I'm not finna say wow or none of that. Because we ain't even finna start this relationship. If it be one, we're not finna start with you all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Byron, listen to me. If you're a real man, you don't approach no woman. They got to approach you. They got to walk up to you and be in a position where you can say, hey, what's your name? But you ain't walking up to no woman. You ain't sweating no women, period. When you're a man, you're supposed to be concentrating on what you got to do. Getting your bread, paying your bills, dealing with your home, dealing with your car, dealing with your situation. That's all your mind is on. And then a woman got to decide if she want to be a part of your situation. That's why so many brothers, you get in a situation, now you got to borrow her car. Now you got to live in her place. Why? Because you ain't took care of your own situation. So now when you do get in a relationship, you're like, baby, I'm trying to get my situation together. I'm trying, you should have got your situation together in the first place. We don't chase no women. We don't do women. We don't chase women. Period. Young brothers, don't chase women. Don't be buying women stuff and all that. I'm giving y'all the super game today. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that. This is facts. Y'all listen to me, don't listen to nobody else. Work, get your money together. If your money ain't right, stay single. Unless a shorty just come your way. If a shorty just come your way and she nice and you go on a couple of dates and y'all want to get together, do that. But other than that, work, get your money. And if you want to buy stuff, buy for you. Don't buy no woman, no jewelry. If you go and you get with a woman and you buy her a necklace and you buy her a ring, and I get some money and I buy me some nice rings and me a necklace, she gonna try to holler at me because she wants somebody that got that stuff. She don't want nobody to buy her that stuff. A woman gonna love you more if you buy yourself a big ring than if you buy her one. This is a game you can't get from nowhere. You're gonna have to be around the top players to get this game. If you want a bad woman, you gotta take care of yourself. Period. You can't take care of no woman. A woman not gonna stay with you because you taking care of her. A woman gonna take care of you. No dinner dates and stuff. I mean, if you ain't got yourself together, why? You could go on a dinner date. You can go on a dinner date if she approach you. If you really ain't got yourself together, but a situation come where a nice, fine woman just fall into your lap, like you at Whole Foods or something, and she be behind you and she start talking to you. You don't pass that. Then you get her number and see where it go. So I'm not saying you got to have yourself all the way together because a woman might approach you. That's mean green light. That might be the elements of the universe putting y'all together. Maybe y'all got to have a special baby or whatever. So I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about pushing up on somebody. You don't do that. You don't do that. You concentrate always on yourself. Always. You always concentrate on yourself. You don't concentrate on no woman unless they come right your way. And then they come right your way and you get in a relationship and guess what? You do the same thing. This is what I was doing when I met a queen. Just stand outside my car. She walked over to my car and presented herself to me in a way where I asked her for her information. She was all the way across. I did not walk over there. I seen her. Boy, look, she bad. But I wasn't going to walk over there because you see what my money, my man was on my money. I'm not leaving her nothing. I'm not leaving no woman no number or nothing. Period. She got to come in my situation. And if I'm hustling and all that, she going to really have to show her proof. Because when I gave her my number and she gave me her number, I didn't call it. Listen, I did not call it. She called me. Because once I left there, my man was back on my money. And my money was back on my man. So even though she looked nice, it was a moment I got your number. Man, I got to go. You know what I'm saying? Your number and you ain't going to pay no bills. And then when she was aggressive and called me, then I went on ahead and dealt with it. But you got to be functioning on your bread. I'm definitely not going to be at the gas station and looking at no dude's woman or nothing like that. I'm a king. I'm not a sleazeball. I'm not doing no sleazeball stuff. That's why when I'm over here, I always say to all the men that women is watching me, I ain't going to try to talk to your woman. Because it's bogus for me to get on here and be a social media person and then use my social media to be talking to married women and get them all infatuated with me because I'm on live and then do brothers dirty trying to talk to their woman and all that. That's why you don't see me over here flirting with women over here. I just tell them they look nice, but they might got men and stuff. And I'm from the world where if I don't respect the other brothers first, I can't respect no queen. I got to respect the black man first. I got to respect the other brothers first. I can't put no woman over the brothers. Period. Point blank, period. I'm not putting your woman over you. If you got a woman, I'm not putting her over you. Period. That's not going to happen. If you got a woman and she watching me and I talk to her, I'm talking to both of y'all. I'm not just talking to her. I'm talking to you and her when I do my live. I ain't talking to your woman. And sometimes I'm talking to you, the woman, and the children. I'll be like, make the children watch this one. I'm not talking to no brother's woman, period. I'm not looking at no brother's woman. That's revolutionary disobedience. I'm not doing that. Why I'm disrespecting the brother might got to be in the foxhole with me if stuff kick off. If stuff kick off, I need the brothers. I'm not trying to talk to no brother's women. I'm not doing that. If I'm looking for a woman, I'm looking for a single woman that's lonely, that's single. I'm not trying to talk to no brother's woman, period. That ain't what I'm doing. Never. I'm not looking at no brother's woman. Because when I see a man and a woman, she don't look good to me. She don't look good to me. When I see you walking down the street with your woman, I don't see your woman. I see y'all as a black couple. I see a couple. I don't see no woman or no man. I see a couple. I'm not isolating her. I see a couple that's minding their business. And so I mind my business. I don't be looking at them. They a couple doing couple stuff. I'm not finna talk to her. Because I'm not dealing with no woman behind no man. That's why HIV is big everywhere right now. What's going on, Jabi? I'm not talking to no man's woman or nothing. She don't look good or nothing. It's always the brothers first. We on revolutionary times. Always the brothers first. Always the brothers. It's never the woman. I'm not disrespecting no black man with no woman. I'm not really with that. I'm not with that. That deserves revolutionary disciplinary actions. We're not doing that. Even in the day when a brother and a sister would break up, we would still respect the sister like as his ex. We never really want to jump behind him like that. Now, if we meet her and we like her, and then she found out she was with a brethren, that's different. We didn't know that. But I'm not talking to no other black man's woman or looking at no women like that. This is what's wrong with the black man right now. The black man is doing everything instead of working with the black man. We're not going to get nowhere working with women. The only way we're going to get somewhere is respect for each other and working with each other. That's the only way the black man going to get somewhere. That's the only way. When you go in corporate America, they don't do that. As a matter of fact, in corporate America, you can't even be a couple at work. I know this white dude, he's a doctor, and his wife is a doctor. And they dating and engaged. They take 2 separate Ubers to work. When they leave work, they take 2 separate Ubers home. They don't speak at work. The only way he speak to her is if she's with some other people or just for something, hey, how you doing? Like he speak to everybody else. He don't do no personal speaking to her. Because at their job, it's against company rules for them to be together. So they ain't let nobody know they together. They don't hug, they don't smile at each other until they get all the way home. And he said they don't even ride home together. They come to work separately because they don't want to lose their jobs. Because in corporate America, you got to separate that stuff. If you work for white corporate America and you got a high position and Eddie got a high position, and they find out you slept with Eddie's wife, you fired. You fired. Yeah, you fired. You fired. They don't want all that up there. They're not doing that at the high level. Hollywood doing that, but them low levels. But in corporate America, oh, they not doing that. Cheating on your wife will get you kicked out the company. Ask somebody in white America with the big money. We want the big money, you got to be a family man. If I'm a white guy and I work for corporate America and they finna move me up in a higher position, the boss is going to request to come to our house for dinner. And the white dude's going to get on the phone and call his wife and say, honey, the boss is coming over next Saturday. Please, honey, everything got to be right. This is a big chance for me. You know why these bosses at these big companies in Chicago go by the employee's housewife? Because he want to see if your living conditions, if your wife's the type of person can handle what he going to be asking you to do. He trying to see if you got a good wife. Because if you ain't got a good supportive wife, you can't fly to England for 3 days. You can't fly to Japan for 3 days for the corporation. So she got to be basically a part of the business. Because the boss like, we paying for all this. This house, this car, our corporation's paying everything for you. So he want to make sure the wife know that. So he coming over your house for dinner to see your living conditions. And if your wife is not extremely graceful and extremely nice, and if she ain't no company woman, you ain't getting a raise. They're gonna give it to somebody who got a wife that's gonna ride till the wheels fall off. This is how corporate America works. All that other stuff, it gets you fired. They feel like you can't concentrate. You got too many issues. So once the boss come, and then he see my wife Janet, if the boss see me at the work trying to talk to another woman, he gonna say stuff like, how's Janet doing? That's your warning. I know you ain't doing Janet like that up here at this company. That's how you got to function if you're going to be a boss. You got to be a family man. You cannot be no sleazeball. You're going to lose everything you got. I don't care what the TV tell you. Only thing corporate America respect is family, structure. Because if you ain't got no structure, it's going to cause the company some problems. Ain't no man in the world supposed to try to approach you with your man, period. Ain't no man in the world supposed to pay you no attention, like as a roster man or whatever. A lot of women didn't like it, because when I run into a brethren and he with his queen, sometimes the queen say, well, why you didn't address me and stuff? I really don't address the queen like that. I address the brother. Hey, man, how you doing? How y'all doing? I'll just look at her for a second. But I never really addressed the queen, because to me it's disrespectful. Well, a lot of women didn't like that. They was like, why I didn't do her as much as I did him? Because for a ruler, he is what's up. You is a part of him. I don't got to address you. I got to address the king. You don't address the queen. Same thing if I come with my queen and she know a queen with her man, she going to address the queen. She's not going to address the other king. This is royalty. This is etiquette, royal etiquette. If my queen, if we run into another king and a queen, and my queen know the queen, She going to address the queen. She not going to address the brother at all, hardly. Me and the brother might say something. You don't address the queen. If I meet any of you brothers and y'all with y'all woman, you gonna see. You be like, hey, I'll be watching. I'll be like, hey man, how y'all doing? But I'm gonna mostly be talking to you. I'm not gonna really be talking to your queen like that. Your queen is a part of you. We men. I'm not putting no focus on her. I'm putting focus on the brother. I'm not disrespecting her. I'm really giving her the utmost respect. Because if she got a problem, I feel like that's your problem. And I'm going to handle that for her. If that's your queen, and then I see in the street she got a problem, and I go help the problem, it ain't because I'm helping her. It's because that's your queen, and he messing with the wrong dude's queen, and now he got to pay. He got to pay. If I know you and your queen got a problem, I'm not saving your queen. I'm standing up for you. And he got a problem. Period. Because he messing with dude's queen. I'm not saving the queen. I'm standing up for the king. Y'all a package. I'm standing up for the brother. You mess with the wrong brother's woman. Now you got to pay. You got to pay. You're going to pay. You're going to pay dearly. It's just like you mess with my queen. If you mess with my brother's queen, any brother, all I got to do is meet you. Once I meet you, then it's up. If anybody do something to you, that's just the etiquette. So if it's a sister that's following me on YouTube and I'm traveling, I'm doing my book tour, and you walk up to me, I'm going to be mostly addressing your king, your man. So I'll be like, hey, good to meet you. I'm like, what's up, brother? I'm only going to say it real quick. Hey, good to meet you, Teresa. Then I'll be like, hey, man, how you doing? My name's Pharaoh. Boom, introduce myself to your husband or your man. And then I'll be like, yeah, man, boom, boom. She be watching all the time, man. Y'all got a good family, bro. You know, I wish the best for you. And boom, boom, like that. You got you a good one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm going to be talking to your man. Reassuring your man that, bro, this is about me and you. This ain't about your woman. I ain't tripping with your woman. This is about me and you. I like what y'all doing. I like the way you holding her down, bro. Boom. My man. Boom. Like that. Just like that. I'm going to make the brother feel comfortable that you watching me. Let the brother know she just watching me, bro. It ain't nothing like none of that. It's all respect to you and y'all family. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. He gonna know that. He gonna be like, yeah, Pharaoh, cool. Say he ain't gonna have no problem with you watching me because he gonna know I ain't on that type of time. I'm not gonna be, oh, hey, you watch me. I'm not finna do that with your man standing there. I'm not doing that. Immediately, I'm gonna introduce yourself to your king, and then we gonna get some camaraderie going. In the door. Period. He gonna know that my main attention is towards him. Because wherever you go, you represent him. It's just how it gonna go. Because I got women, they be saying their ex-husband was jealous because they was watching me and stuff. Why you watching him all the time? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a situation where they all eat meat and stuff. Your wife watching me. She's seeing me saying, stop eating meat and stuff. Now you want to stop eating meat and stuff. He feel a certain kind of way. But what he's supposed to do is he's supposed to take your lead and say, yeah, let's try it, babe. But instead, he let his feelings and jealousy get in the way. And then he started hating on you. And you ain't got nothing to do with it. She can watch who she want to watch. If my wife is watching or my woman is watching somebody, I don't care about her watching no brother's live stream and stuff like that. That don't mean nothing to me. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm not gonna be thinking about that, brother. She watched that stuff, and it's crazy because we only do that with social media. But when your wife or your husband watching all these people on TV, what's the difference? They're watching people on TV all day. What, you gonna get jealous because she watching some dudes and people on TV? Like, come on, we ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that. So, we got to bring some etiquette back. So the brother, he broke the rules. He got out. The sister got out the car with a man, and he stared at the sister right with the man there, saying, "You ain't nobody. The hell with you." He disrespected the brother. He disrespected the brother. Now the brother, he went off. People say he went too far. But in the streets, it ain't no too far. It is what it is. Ain't no too far. You know what I'm saying? People like, he going to prison. Yeah. But he's still alive. The other dude not. It's like some men don't take that disrespect like that. Like everybody's not going to take that disrespect. That's why a lot of you brothers, y'all saying the brother went to prison. But listen, don't go to prison. Live a decent life. Don't go to prison. Because if you think what he did is crazy, you ain't going to make it in prison. Because any little disrespect in prison and you out of here. Period. They don't tolerate no disrespect in the county jail or in prison. They don't tolerate no disrespect. If you a stand-up dude and you always the same way, you're going to do fine. But if you funny style, you ain't going to make it. You can't be doing no type of slight talking, saying nothing funny, trying to check no brother. You can't be doing that type of stuff. So when I seen the brother look at that man, woman like that, I just didn't like the brother. I didn't care what happened to him. The brother was foul. Everything was wrong with the black community. Everything. You can't even walk down the street with your queen. Yeah. You can't walk down the street with your queen. So you tell me when I walk down the street with my queen, you got the right to look all at her and try to disrespect me like that? Because that's what you doing. You ain't showing her no love. You trying to be disrespectful. In a black kingdom, the brother wouldn't go to jail. The dude would just be out of here, and that would be the end of it. We'd be like, case closed. He did it to himself. We wouldn't lock that brother up for that. In my kingdom, we wouldn't lock dude up. Yeah, we wouldn't lock dude up. The dude that did it, we just bury him. Because we feel like I would feel in my kingdom, the dude that did it ain't no good for society. He ain't no good. We can't have you just walk around disrespecting all these men in this kingdom, bro. Keep your eyeballs to yourself. You ain't got no woman? Here go the crazy thing. He probably got a woman. I didn't say you supposed to do it. I said the brother was foul. Right, lady? I didn't say you supposed to do that. I said he was out of line. That's why I said, lady, that if me and you walking down the street and you my wife, then had my children, and a man just right in front of me look all at your body, is he right or is he wrong? How you going to say you ain't supposed to do that, but not say he ain't supposed to do what he's supposed to do? First, let's start with that. He shouldn't have did that. So if you want to say dude shouldn't have did that, right. But let's start at the beginning. Should the man have disrespected the man like that? Yes or no, lady? Should the man have disrespected that man like that? Yes or no? Let's start there. Let's start at the beginning. Should that man have disrespected that man like that? If it's your daddy and your mama, can I look at your mama like that in front of your daddy? I didn't ask you that. I asked you a simple question. Answer the first question first. Should he have did it? I asked you for a yes or a no. If you can't give me a yes or a no, I don't want to talk to you no more because you ain't real. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you with all that but. I asked you a simple question. Should that man have disrespected that man like that? Yes or no? If you can't answer that, I don't want to talk to you. I didn't ask you but. I'm going to ask you again. I don't want to hear but. I don't want to hear no buts. Should that man have did that, disrespected that man like that? Yes or no? I ain't asked you no but, because that's how you got done like that, looking at somebody but. I then, end of story. He shouldn't have did it, and he did it. And he did it to somebody that was in the prison. Let me tell you something, lady. Listen to me and learn. Let's say you're a young lady and you out here always beefing with somebody. You're always starting stuff, right? So you start stuff with lady. Let's say this lady just got out of prison for doing all kind of crazy violence to people. You don't know she just got out of prison. So now you're sloppy, you disrespected people, and you disrespect that lady. This is what this story is about, lady. That he was disrespectful and he disrespected the wrong person. I'm not talking about right or wrong. He disrespected somebody that just got out of prison for that. Whose fault is that? That's his fault. He thinking everybody he disrespected is a good citizen. He disrespected somebody that was crazy. Let's just tell it like it is. You just not listening. I don't talk to you no more. So people like you hard-headed. You want to talk about the man. The man is already got M's. That's what he do. So why is you talking about the man that just got out of prison for that should know how to act? He don't know how to act. You don't get it. So you're not going to learn either. Watch who you playing with is the moral of the story. If you ain't saying that, you ain't saying nothing. The moral of this story is he played with the wrong one. That's what you get in Cracker Jacks. You out here disrespectful to this one, disrespectful to that one, disrespectful to that one, and you get away with it. And one day you be disrespectful to somebody crazy. Whose fault is that you disrespected the wrong person? That's your fault. That's his fault. If he's not disrespectful, he's still alive. He's still alive. So if he don't be disrespectful, he's still alive. Whose fault is it? It's his fault. Because he's doing something, lady, that you can do in a Babylon society. Let me ask you something. Could he do that in ancient Rome and ancient Africa? Could he do that? No. If he did that, it'll be a duel to the death. And y'all all know it. Y'all all know that in ancient societies, he could not do that. From the beginning of time, he couldn't do that. So don't try to take this new American system and make up something. Men used to duel over disrespect. Even in America, men used to carry little derringers on them. And if you disrespect a man, you take 6 paces and turn around. Look it up. In America history, if you did that to a man, a disrespect, what they call a gentleman, he challenged you to a duel. Take 6 paces and turn around. That's American history. You cannot disrespect no man with his woman. So that's why I don't want to argue with you, lady, because you don't want to deal with the facts. You cannot be disrespectful to no people out here. You have to be respectful. And then when you disrespectful and something happened to you, It's unfortunate, but that's second. That's all I'm trying to say, lady. It's second. What the dude shouldn't have did is second. That's all I'm trying to get you to see, sweetheart. You're right. He shouldn't have threw his life away. Second. But what's first is, dude never should have did that in the first place. He never should have did that. And you ain't a man. You don't know what it is like when you a man and you with your woman. Because listen, if I'm with a man, listen to this, lady. I go out, I'm with my woman. It's just me and my woman. And it's 3 dudes. So y'all got me outnumbered. So now one of the dudes want to say something disrespectful to my woman because it's 3 of y'all and it's just me. I got to sit up here. I got my woman. I can't start nothing because she there. She could get hurt. So I got to take this disrespect for the safety of me and my woman. How is that cool? How is that cool that men is out here overpowering men when you with a woman and now you want to get on some gangster stuff, but I'm with a woman. So I'm at a disadvantage. I'm with a woman, bro. You ain't got no respect. I'm with a woman. What can I do with this woman? She can end up getting hurt. So now I got to let you get away with this foolishness because I'm out here trying to be on a date and you out here ain't on nothing. So you got me at a disadvantage. And then if I up and get down on all 3 of y'all, then everybody going to say I was wrong. But if y'all would have jumped me out there, it wouldn't have never made the news. I would have just got beat up out there with my woman in front of my woman, which happens all the time. Dudes be jumping dudes and beating up dudes in front of their woman all the time. Got them outnumbered all the time. It just don't make the news. You walking down the street with your woman, dudes coming out the car, screaming and hollering at your woman, going down the street. Grown men. This been happening. This why a lot of times, brothers, this why we be wanting our woman to dress down. We don't want her to be putting all that sexy stuff on. Because if you come out here looking too sexy with me, you're going to cause a problem, baby. You got too much revealing. And now it's going to cause a problem. Men going to be saying stuff. Tone it down. You out here with your whole ass out and everything like that, and I'm with you and it's all these men out here, you causing a problem. I've been there. I've been with a woman and dudes driving down the street hollering at her. Yeah, she was looking good. I've been with a woman like that. She was fine. She would dress and put on the tightest stuff she could put on. And then I'd take her out and dudes driving down the street doing all this hollering and all this stuff, giving me PTSD. I'm already a criminal at this time. I'm dangerous. I'm really the wrong one to really do that. So now I got to hide my dark side and think about her and just think about my future and think about her and got to let you get away with this clown stuff just so we could go and have a good time and come back home. I got to give you a pass because I'm with her. Because if I'm by myself and you with that, it's going to go up. So you got an advantage on me because I'm with this lady. It's 3 of y'all. These is why y'all be talking about all of the violence and stuff in Chicago. A lot of it because of stuff like that. Dude did that stuff when dude was with his baby mama. And 2 weeks later, he with the guys and he see dude. That go dude right there that was talking crazy to me and Keisha. This why a lot of stuff be happening. She could wear what she wanted to wear. She's a grown-ass lady. If my woman come out with that stuff like that, Marvin, you say something to her and I see you again, I'm going to do you dirty. Period. You're going to behave yourself. You're going to respect me. I don't care what my woman got on. What if your mother dressed sexy? Somebody could just say whatever to her. That ain't none of your business what she got on. First off, how you a G and you all out your body because a woman is sexy? What kind of player is that? So he a buster. You ain't never seen a booty before? Come on, boy, you talking to a real G. I see a woman, you can't never get that sexy. Ain't nothing in your life gonna make you get that sexy. I'm gonna get out my body like a buster. She was not all that for him to say that. She was just a regular chick. I seen her. She wasn't all that for all that. Dude is a buster. Y'all don't try to talk to me. I seen that lady was not all that. She wasn't sexy. She was sexy. She had a big old thing on her. She was sexy. I would have hit it. Yeah, she was sexy in the real world. Yeah. Yeah. In the real world, somebody hit that. But he wasn't just doing it because he was sexy. He was disrespecting dude. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, Mark. He was intentionally, Mark, she not out of shape in today's world, bro. Everybody fat. Everybody like that. I'm in the real world, like I ain't in the TV world. In today's world, she's sexy. I just keep it real. In Chicago, if she walked down the street with them pants tight like that and that big old butt, people gonna say stuff all day, every day. I'm saying what the world. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying in the world, yeah, they after that. They after that today. Seriously. People be in her face every day. That's why she wore that. Because it works. That's why they wear that. Hey Marv, that's why they wear that. It works. Right now they just into butts. They not into nothing else. It's the butt era. I know it sounds crazy, Marv, but I keep up with everything. It's the butt era. You got a big old butt. I don't care if you obese or whatever. They with it. Go on Instagram and scroll down. Hey, Marv, you think I'm lying? Go on Instagram and scroll down. Hold on. I'll do it right now because I'm the realest alive. Watch this. Watch this. How I know this stuff automatically on my Instagram. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. I'm scrolling down on my Instagram, right? All I got to do is scroll down. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down. It's going to come. Watch this. And there's this page come up with all these women. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Who know what I'm talking about? When you scroll down Instagram, this page come up with a whole bunch of women. And it'd be like 3 pages across. Watch this. Watch this. Who know what I'm talking about? Hold on. I'm the realest alive. Listen, I'd like to prove everything I'm saying. Look, you scroll down. It ain't going to be long. It always pop up. I'll be looking at them like, what is this? Hold on. Who be on Instagram know what I'm talking about? Watch this. I'm scrolling down. It's coming. Just give it a minute. It's a whole page. And they come up and it'd be like 3 posts go across. Who be on Instagram know what I'm talking about? Watch. I'm a fan because I like to give y'all information. I don't be saying no fake stuff. I'm 67, but I'm up on what's happening. I'm watching everything. Watch. You be scrolling, and then a page come with these ladies. And you be like, who is these ladies? And they be on threads. They be on threads too. Look in the discovery page. What the hell is the discovery page? Oh, yeah, right here. Right here. You go on the discovery page, they be like that. Hold on. It'd be a whole bunch of them. No, wait. It'd be a whole bunch of on some pages. It'd be like 3 across. That's what I was looking for. But everybody know I ain't lying. And that's all they be doing. And they do not be in shape. They be in squads in them clothes. They be in they be in squads in them clothes. Look, what she advertising? Hold on. It's a whole bunch of them. And this all they be doing all day. And they be fat too. But they be in squads in them clothes and they be in put on stuff so that they don't look, you know what I'm saying? Look, this was fine nowadays. Now she obese in real life. That's shorty. That's shorty. Look how the back's sticking out. Look at her back. Look at all them lumps on her back. Look at her back. So yeah, nowadays, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine nowadays. Yeah, that's fine. Today, yeah, that's fine nowadays. Look, you know I keep it a billion. I keep it. I'm the realest alive. Nowadays, that's fine. For real. Nowadays, it's fine. And I ain't gonna lie. I'll knock it. I'll date one of them quick. I'll marry one of them if she was nice, and we'd get her to eat better and lose the weight. But yeah, I'll go with it. I'ma just keep it real. I would knock one and marry one if she was nice. And we fell in love. We was dating and fell in love. Yeah. If she walked past me, I'll look at all that. I'm gonna tell you, I'd be like, whoa, what's your name? I wouldn't approach her though. But yeah, she can get it. Would I date a woman with BBL surgery? No. I mean, I could fall in love with anybody, but if it was a woman that had BBL surgery and then I got emotional over, I would be worried about her health. So I would be worried about her health because I'd be like, babe, this ain't healthy. So I don't think I would want to get myself in a situation where I got to try to be with a woman to reverse the surgery or be with her when it all go bad. So now, because if you got a BBL surgery, you ain't who I'm looking at. You ain't a real woman. So you fake. You understand? And so you fake. So if you got a surgery, then that's not the real you. Right? And so If you're a woman and you got a surgery, that's not the real you. You know what I'm saying? Because relationships for me is it's a lot of personality involved. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say who I would date and who I wouldn't because relationships is personality. You know what I'm saying? And when you get with a woman, you could like anybody. You'll be surprised who you could really start liking because it's more to a relationship besides sex. So yes, I could meet with a woman. She kind of big, but we go out. She really cool. I like her. We start talking on the phone. Next thing you know, we intimate. And shit, that's my boo now. It can happen. She could be short, tall, light skin, dark skin. Like none of my women been the same. And relationships is just like that. So I can't just clearly say who I would get in a relationship with because it's a personality thing. You know what I'm saying? It's personality. And so you could become infatuated and fall in love with anybody. So I can't just cancel no woman out because I don't know. I don't really know. Because I can have the most finest woman in the world and she just be nasty and don't be no good wife. I can have a woman got a little weight on to be a great wife and a great friend and sexy. You know what I'm saying? Because you got two heads and your second head the one determine if it's sexy or not. This head don't determine if you sexy. I gotta let dude know. Dude let me know if it's popping or not. You know what I'm saying? It's two of us thinking this thing through. You know, I got two heads and the other head, like what it like. I don't know what it like. I have to see. It might like it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I like you and I'm cool with you and stuff, and my man's like you, shit, you in there. What you want me to say? I dated an overweight woman, and man, I liked her a lot. The only problem is I end up getting in another relationship that became serious, so I couldn't pursue it, but I would have. And she real sick and stuff now. I would have helped reverse all of that. But you got to be there with that bent over in the bed like that. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. Like I said, all that in your face is not a bad thing. I don't know. It depends on you. I'm gonna keep it real. All that in your face is not a bad thing. She was really sexy. She was overweight, but she was real cute. And she was really sexy. Extremely. So yeah, I would have married her. I would have just got the weight down for her health. I would have tried to get her from just getting bigger and just get her smaller. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she was just a woman. You know what I'm saying? I liked her as a person. So it's like in a real relationship, it's really based about on the person. Do you like the woman? Is the woman care for you? That be really the main thing. Basically. Ain't nothing like a woman that love you and care for you and do anything for you. A beautiful so-called perfect woman that don't do anything for you, what is she worth? And then, like I say, what people say out on the streets ain't what happened in the bedroom. The bedroom is a whole different story. You know, the bedroom is a whole nother story. On some reals, like if you want to keep it real, the bedroom is a whole different story. And a woman that's just really with it, yeah. Sometimes women that got weight on them, they go a little bit harder than women that think they fine. Yeah, they bring a lot to the table. Facts. They go beyond them, above and beyond. That's a fact. I know that for a fact. They make some good wives if you can keep them healthy. I tell you that. I tell you that. And she was bigger than that one y'all showing. She was bigger than that, but she was fine as hell. It's one thing what you look like with clothes on. It's another thing when you're getting down and what you look like with no clothes on. Those are two different worlds. I'm just telling you. You know, I keep it real. I don't be lying. Because I dated one I would have showed married. She was a good woman. But it's just, you know what I'm saying? She was not to the point going through stuff. And I met somebody else wasn't going through a lot. And then we just end up getting together and getting married and having a daughter. So that's why nothing didn't pop off. But if it wasn't for that other situation, you know, a lot of times I had a situation where I'm dating and it's looking like it could go somewhere. Then I dated somebody else and it went somewhere. And the one I was dating, it didn't go nowhere because the second one that I started hanging out with just took over. You know what I'm saying? How you get a good woman to see she's a good woman? You don't. You just leave her alone and she's just your woman. Why you gotta get her to see she a good woman? If you get with her and you with her, and just if she already a good woman, then let her just be a good woman. Why she gotta know she a good woman if she a good woman? All you want is a good woman. You don't care if she knows she want or not. If you're a good woman, you act a certain type of way. Let's just move on from there. Typically in a relationship, you ain't really doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Pearly, what they be teaching in relationships be false. What they teach you about relationships. Relationships go like this. You meet somebody, you get in a relationship. But before you meet them, you got a life. Bills got to be paid. Stuff got to be done. She got a life. Bills got to get paid. Stuff got to get done. So once you get in a relationship and you finally become a couple, guess what take over? Bills got to get paid and stuff got to get done. It don't be relationship. You in a relationship and then you got to move on. You can't concentrate on relationship. Okay? It don't go like that in relationship. This is why they be giving bad relationships. You still got to survive. You got to go to work. You got to pay bills. If she get pregnant and have 2 or 3 kids, listen, all that relationship stuff is over. You a family now. You and her is constantly focusing on these children. Y'all ever been with a woman that got pregnant? The relationship stuff, you and her is not the main issue no more. Now the main issue is she pregnant. She pregnant. 9 months of dealing with this. 9 months of preparing, getting ready for her to have this baby. The baby come. Relationship stuff is over. It's all about the baby. You know how long it take before you comfortable with a new baby? It take a while for you to try to keep this baby alive or have this baby without no miscarriages or nothing. And so the whole relationship starts centering around the baby. It don't even be about you and her no more. The baby be the star of the show. The pregnancy be the star of the show. Some men can't take that. Now they pressing a woman to be romantic and all this. Bro, just had a baby. Leave her alone. You still trying to do some couple stuff with this lady that had a whole nother person. You been seeing on Mari and Jerry Springer stuff. She like, when I had the baby, then he started cheating and running around. He like, you wasn't there for me no more. Fool, she just had a baby. You want her to dump a baby and be the same woman she was when you got her pregnant? Really? Are you kidding me? So even with relationships, they don't even teach relationships, real relationships. That's why so many relationships failing, because they teaching women and men the wrong thing about relationships. A relationship is not between a man and a woman. A relationship is between the man, the women, and the children. Your children are your relatives. What's the root word of relationship? Relative. Relative. Relation. The root word of relationship is relative. You make a woman your relative. Then you have babies with relative. It's no more you and her. You and her is over. When you meet your girl and it's you and her, once you have a baby, all that you and her stuff is over. It's y'all now. It's no more just two, that's over. Some people can't deal. Some women get mad because some men get mad. It's no longer you and her no more. That's over. You're not going on no vacation with a 3-month-old. Because you're going to leave the 3-month-old and go on a trip, leave them with your mama and all that crazy stuff. Who going to dump their babies off like that? But low lives. That's this new young generation. Every time you look up, you dumping your baby off somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You say, trying to get someone to know that let's enjoy us while we can. I don't know about enjoy. All I know is survival. I don't like no woman that want to enjoy, want to be all lovey-dovey and stuff. I don't like that type of stuff. I don't like that. Women like that, they get on my nerve because the focus is retirement. You always working to make sure the house paid for, that you got your money, that you can live out your years when the children get grown. You can't get in a relationship and base it on the current time. This is why so many relationships is failing. You cannot base no relationship on all this stuff me and you trying to do. And in many cases, you get in a relationship and you're so busy concentrating on today and next week that you pass away because you ain't even eating right. You driving crazy. You doing all this stuff that's going to make you be unalived. So what good was the relationship if you're not planning to stay alive? If you're not alive, you don't have no relationship. How many times I have women tell me, all you think about is money. And I tell them, listen, I'm not finna be sleeping homeless in no box with you or under no Vida talking about I love you. We're not finna do that. I'm not finna be in no homeless shelter talking about I love you. We got to get some money. I'm not trying to hear this. I'm not trying to go out and run around and spend my money. Sorry, not sorry. We need to be trying to get some money. Period. If you ain't on that, I don't want to marry you because you living in a dream world. That's TV, Snow White and Prince Charming and all that. That's not real. In real life, you got two people trying to survive, and then they get together. You try to survive by yourself, I'm trying to survive. And when we get together, we trying to survive. Then we got children. We no longer just husband and wife. We parents now. But you want to be a loving couple instead of mom and daddy. So y'all want to be, the young generation want to be a couple all the time. So you're like, I don't want to have no kids. Y'all don't want to be mommy and daddy. Y'all want to be a couple. You just want to stay a couple. That's why you don't want to have no children. You want to stay a couple. But real G, I don't want to stay no couple. I want to be a daddy and you a mama and have a family. I don't want to have a relationship just me and you. I don't know. A woman gonna see what a punk man let her see. So if he a punk, then she gonna overrule her. Because I don't know how you gonna say a woman want this, but then a pimp make her go out and hoe. How come a pimp make her go get money, but you go marry your wife, you can't make her do nothing? Make that make some sense. How a pimp got more control than you? Don't try to tell me all women is dominating. Women is getting pimped left and right. So it's crazy that you could pimp a prostitute, but you can't make your wife do nothing. You can't make your wife do nothing, but this man can pimp women. Make that make some sense. You know why you can't make your wife do nothing? Because when you're around a bunch of men that's soft, just like kitty cats, then your wife wants you to be soft. The only reason strong brothers can't control their woman because there's too many of you weak brothers out there setting a bad example. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault that these women doing all this because y'all some wusses. That's a fact. She got examples of soft dudes. She with a girl with this soft dude. So now she like, well, why you ain't soft like Marvin? You don't even know what I'm saying, bro. How long you want me to talk to you? Just say you don't understand. You don't understand. It's all pimping. Pearly, if you got a wife and she don't work and you go to work and bring the money back, you the prostitute and she the pimp. Yeah, Pearly, if you got a wife or a girlfriend and you go and bring the majority and you go out there and you bring her the money back, that's still prostitution, but you the prostitute and she the pimp. And she only gonna stay with you if you go out there and get that bread and bring it back to her. That's pimping. So you probably on the wrong live stream talking to the wrong person. Don't y'all listen to him. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. I ain't got no time to waste with you. There you go. I can't teach you nothing. Come back tomorrow. I'm not going back and forth with no lame, bro. You a lame. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, come back tomorrow. I ain't dealing with no lames, bro. You a lame. If I can't teach you nothing, stop watching me. If you know everything, what you watching me for? You know what I'm saying? I can't help you if you know everything. If you know everything, stop watching me. I'm telling you what it is. A relationship is survival. Ladies, listen to me, and brothers. A relationship is survival. Feel me? And so when you get in a relationship, right? When you get in a relationship, right? It's like this. I get in a relationship with a woman. Economically, right? I got a real good job. She got an all right job. Let's say we get together in our 20s. We're going to be together till we get in 80s and stuff like that. Okay, now the reality is this. In life, things change. Young people, listen to me. Don't listen to nobody in the chat. Listen to me. In life, things change. So when you get in a relationship, it's do or die. Y'all together and y'all gonna make it. Okay? Because if you get in a relationship and he got a certain job and you depending on that, what's gonna happen if the company closed down? What's gonna happen if he lose that job? What's gonna happen if she lose her job? So a real relationship is about survival by any means necessary. You and her is gonna make it happen. And if she fall off a little bit, you gonna carry it. If you fall off, she gonna carry it. It is survival. Because in a relationship, y'all gonna have children. So you as the mother and the father are gonna do whatever is necessary for these children. It's not gonna be one or the other one. You understand? It's not gonna be one or the other one. It's gonna be survival. And so if you're in a relationship, it's none of that. The man's supposed to do this, the woman, it's not that, that's not it. That man-woman stuff is out of here. This young generation is doing man and woman stuff because y'all don't want to have no children. So it's no coincidence the young group that's saying they don't want to have no babies is talking about what she should do and what he should do. But in the concept of having babies, it ain't you and him no more. You got your son, Peter. You got your daughter, Dorothy. They 4 and 7. So it ain't no you and him. Ain't no more of that. It's you and this woman and these children. So now we got to get it how we live for these babies. Period. We got to get how we live. So yeah, my woman, the nurse, somebody at the job got on her nerves. She went off. She don't want to work there no more. She leave. She want to go to a different nursing home or hospital. I got to hold it down while she transitioning. Something happened to me where I got to change my economical situation. She got to hold it down. We going to hold it down no matter what. We don't care where the money come from. We don't care if he getting the most money, she getting the most. We don't care about that. All we care is keep a roof over our head, keep these bills paid, and take care of these children. And that both of us is doing the best we can do. Period. In a real relationship. That's not even mentioning sicknesses and health. Well, you done married this man and now he's sick. And he can't go to work right now. He got to go get all kind of medical treatment. What you going to do, dump him? So you get married and you're sitting there saying, through sickness and through health, for better or for worse, until death do you part. You're not listening to the vows. The vows is saying we're going to get out no matter what happened. It's me and you. Through sickness and through health. For richer or for poorer. That's what it say. So when you take your vows, it's telling you right then, you in it to win it. You cheering for each other and you holding each other down. And it ain't no, oh, he's supposed to do, or no, it's none of that. Once you have children, it's mommy and daddy supposed to do. It ain't the husband supposed to do this and that. All that's fake. All that stuff about the husband supposed to make so much money where you got to depend on a company to make money and the company could close. So that's all fake. How you going to tell me I need to be making so much money to take care of my family in a world where businesses shut down? You talking like you're going to get some type of money coming in and it's automatically like God. It's going to last forever. It's going to last forever. And next thing you know, the company closed down, you lose that job. And now what? Well, you done sold this to your wife that you the big chief and you're going to take care of everything and she ain't got to do nothing. Then you go to work and they lay you off. And now you got all these bills and you realize the money they're going to give you, your little severance pay, only going to take care of y'all for 18 months or 2 years. Now what? What, you just so powerful you're going to get another job like that? No. So now you done taught this woman wrong. Now she want to get a divorce. She want to find another goose that laid the golden egg because you made her think that marriage is about a goose that laid a golden egg. But nothing in the Bible say that. Marriage is about survival. So next thing you know, you marry, you in the Ukraine, you marry, and a war pop off. What about that? You marry, but you live in Palestine. What about that? Well, now, and with Black Americans, y'all don't want to consider none of that. You don't want to consider war. You don't want to consider natural disasters. You're just living in a dream world. You don't want to consider that a tornado come and wipe the whole town out or a flood, and ain't none of y'all, neither one of y'all got no job. You just get married on make-believe. I'm a married husband could take care of me. Okay, don't get married then. Because marriages are not about no husband taking care of you or you taking care of no husband. Marriage is survival. The vows is a survival vows. But you're not listening. Your vows don't say you marry for richer, for better, for health. It don't say that. It say for rich or poor, for better or for worse, through sickness and through health, till death do you part. It's already letting you know when you get married, you are promising to go through the struggles. You're not promising to be there when everything is sweet. That's not what the vows say. The vows don't say you're going to stay together as long as everything is richer, better, and healthy. That's not what the vows say. The vows say richer or poor, that you're going to stay together when it's popping and when it's not, when you healthy or when you sick. That's what the vows say. If you ain't on that and you're trying to twist that and you're trying to say some new shit, good luck with that. Stop getting up there making vows that you ain't paying attention to what you saying. If you marry a woman and your money get messed up and stuff and she want to get a divorce, she was a liar, let her go. Because she got up there and said she was going to stay with you no matter what. That's what the vows say. And she just was up there saying. And most people, when you up there saying your vows, you not really saying your vows. You just repeating some stuff. You not thinking about what you just said. What you just said, you're not really standing on that. You're not standing on till death do you part. And you say, I do. You stand right there and say, I do. I'm going to stay with this person till death do us part. 3-4 years later, you want a divorce. I didn't read that in the vows. Where did it say divorce? Then you get up there and you go through the divorce and then you wonder why you be cursed. You wonder why everything be cursed after that. You basically sell your soul to Satan because you sit up there and lied. That's why all them big marriages and stuff ain't no good, because you got a big marriage, but you ain't even listening to the vows. All you want to do is have the family come see a big marriage. But the actual important part, the vows, you ain't even standing on that. So you this big, rich couple in Hollywood. You got the biggest wedding ever. You have these big, giant Valentine's Day, and 5 years later, you divorce. Because you was more interested in how much stuff you could buy on Valentine's Day, how much bigger wedding you could have, but the actual vows, you ain't care nothing about that. Your whole wedding, your whole life is a scam. You a liar. You a liar, basically. So now you get married. Now I go all these complaints and stuff against the very thing you vowed and said that's what you was in it for. You said you was in it no matter what. Then when something happened, now you ain't in it no more. You was just lying. That's the only reason marriage ain't no good, because people ain't really saying their vows. You know what I'm saying? People ain't standing on their vows. If you read in the chat, you'll see people squirming around what I'm saying. All you gotta do is read it. Read the chat. You're gonna see people squirming. Yeah, but. That's what you need to sit on. Your butt. And be quiet. Yeah, but sit down on it and let the big man kick it off. Tell you the facts. You in this Babylon world. But if you lived in a nature, you would already know that it's about survival. But you live in this, like Tupac say, in this white man's world. You living in a make-believe world. So you ain't really focusing on still the Most High control all this. Mother Nature control all of this. But you get caught up with this man got these jobs for you. This man got this food for you. This man providing everything for you. But soon as something come through and wipe that out, can you make it? Can you really stand on your vows and make it without your master providing all this stuff from you and try to pretend you doing all this stuff when you getting it from your master? You ain't doing nothing. Are you bragging, talking about, man, I make $170,000 a year? You some from who? You ain't getting that on your own. You getting that through the system. And once the system collapses, how much you making in? So you start beating on your chest because you made a move in the system. And next thing you know what? How many of these brothers, how many of these movie stars and these people went broke? How many of them? How many of them were so great and went broke? You got all type of movie star stuff, homeless now, living in trucks and cars and stuff, doing live streams. You ain't seen them? Thought they was on top of the world. Because you don't understand that a marriage means y'all in the house and the tornado coming. You ain't looking at that part. It means you in the house, tornado sirens go off. So you a fire, like in L.A. They was married and the fire came and burned everybody's stuff down. They never thought about that when they made their vows. How many people, all their wedding stuff is burnt up? All their wedding photos, all that stuff is burnt to a crisp. Because family is all about survival. And so when you put plan first, vacations, and all that first, you ain't gonna make it. A family unit is about survival. Survival. That's what's gonna make you eat right, so you can survive. That's what's gonna make you have your security right, so you ain't got no worry about nobody doing no home invasion. That's what's gonna make you have your security right. So just ain't anybody babysitting your children while you at the club. And you let your baby with somebody, some auntie that got a boyfriend, and the boyfriend then did something to your baby while you at the club. Well, you didn't have a baby, but you still at the club. You still a clown, not qualified to even be married. I done married you. You're a full-grown lady with a child, and you always on the phone talking to your girlfriends. I thought you was a woman. I wouldn't have married you if you was a girl with girlfriends. Why is you on the phone all the time talking to these losers that can't bring nothing into this relationship or nothing to you? Because single women make women single. And you're talking to all these single losers that ain't got no advice for you to keep your marriage strong. They hate and jealous of you, and they gonna try to ruin your marriage. Same for you brothers. You been married, you in a happy relationship, and you with some single dudes. They want you to be single like them. Married people, you don't hang out with single people. They don't got your best interest. They gonna put stuff in your head and ruin your relationship. You grown man, you married, you keep running out with the boys, running out with the boys, running out with these three dudes, running out with these three dudes. One day you want to go out and you just two of y'all. The other one don't go out. He at home with your wife, telling her every woman you was talking to up at the club. One day she tell you, I don't want to be with you no more. I'm with Derek now. You mean Derek out? Yeah. Derek see you ain't standing on business. And while you run to the club with Richard, Derek don't come one day. He go to your wife because he know you at the club. And he tell your wife all the women you was flirting with and take her from you. And then a lot of times he take her and knock her back and he don't want her. He just slimed her out. Because a lot of these men, they don't even want your woman. They just want to slime her out. Like a sucker, she went and got with somebody. He don't want her. He just want to run through her and defile the relationship. Because a lot of black men don't know, you ain't got no friends. Them dudes with you hate you. That's when you get on some grown man stuff. When you get on some grown man stuff, you know them dudes don't like you. If I get married and you my boy and you call me, ask me, I want to hang out with you, right then I know you don't like me. Because if you like me, you wouldn't be trying to take me away from my wife to do nothing. You'll call me and be like, what's up, Pharaoh? How's the marriage going? Tell your wife, I say, all right, man, I hope everything going good. How the children going? You ain't going to be like, man, let's go to the club and leave your wife and come run around with my goofy ass. You ain't going to ask me to do nothing like that. If you really looking out for my best interest, you're going to encourage me to be a good husband. You ain't finna drag me outside with you. Who do that? Let's keep it real. You look how many, you got some brothers over here, I'm telling them gang, they ain't want to listen. They ain't want to, don't know nothing. Don't start no conversation. Coming in my conversation, try to talk. Don't want to listen. Want to ask me all kind of crazy questions. Distract the conversation. And I'm 67 years old with 6 children. And got how many friends in relationships at 67? How many people, married people I know? How many divorced people I know? How many people I know got colon cancer? How many people I know can't take care of their kids because they're in the hospital? How many people I know got divorced? How many people I know their wife passed away? Let's just keep it real. I got real experiences, ages experience. You ain't seen what I've seen, so why I want to talk to you? Keep living, and then you'll learn. What make you think at 30, 40 years old, you know what I know, I'm finna be 70. You don't know, you know half. You probably seen half, but keep living. By the time you get 67, watch how much you know. See, what you got to understand, experience is the best teacher. But you be looking at people based on their age. You don't be looking at them based on their experience. You always listen to older people because they got the experience. But you just think, oh, they know. It ain't about knowing. It's about seeing. You seen stuff they ain't seen. It's like driving down the road. The older person is way down the road. So if he call you and say, hey, man, there's an accident down here, that's because he 20 miles ahead. But you don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of phase in marriage because marriage is not realistic. Once you get married and have children, marriage don't mean nothing. You're a family now. You're not a married man. You're a father and a mother. Marriage don't mean nothing no more. You're a family. You ain't married to children. If you're a husband and wife with a daughter and a son, did y'all marry y'all children? No. So what do marriage got to do with taking care of the family? Nothing. Marriage meant you vowed to take care of the family. You vowed to stay together. That's over with. So now live on the vows and stop crying about their marriage. Because it ain't about you and him no more. It's about the children. Then you don't concentrate on the family. You break up. You're a woman. You break up with your husband. Your husband don't live with you. Now you mad because he can't do as much for the children as he could do when he lives with you. Now you want him to fly over hoops from a whole nother living condition and be the same kind of father he would have been living there with you, which he not going to be able to do. I'm not going to be able to deal with you and them children when I go get in another relationship the way I was dealing with it when I was with you. I'm not going to be running over there. I'm not going to be coming to see them children like that. And you should have known that. I'm not finna come see them. I cannot come see them children like that. You like, but you can come see your kids. No, I can't. This just show you stupid. You stupid for thinking that I could still be the kind of daddy I could be when I wake up there with my children. Once I can't wake up there with my children, that daddy gone. You don't got no daddy like that no more. Nobody want to tell y'all the facts. My daddy, every day I woke up, he in the next room. If my daddy would not been in the next room and lived at another house, he could not be the daddy I had. I can't have that daddy if he don't live there. So these women talking about they want you to be the same kind of daddy that you could be when you live there. It's crazy. It can't happen. He don't live there no more. He got to spend time with another woman. And if she get pregnant, he got a baby there, that baby going to be the priority, the one he live with. And the other children ain't no priority. They second, third. They not no priority no more. So stop trying to want it to be like we still together. We not together. So things is different. Not to mention how we broke up. If you cheat on me and do all that stuff, I don't want to see you. And if that means don't see the kids, then the kids ain't going to be seen. If you want to cry, cry me a river. Because if I don't want to be bothered with you, I ain't trying to come see them kids. I've seen it. But shit, she wasn't no good wife. So what she expect? A man come visit you all them years you get in prison, and the first thing you do is get out and run around on him? He dumped you. Let him move on. You ain't fit for nothing. Don't nobody want you. Remy thought somebody wanted her. This is where these women make a mistake. They think just because a man want to sleep with you, that don't mean he wants you. Papoose wanted her. Them other dudes don't want her. They just wanted to run through her. Now she's slimed out. Now she defiled. We don't want you back after another man been touching on you. You ain't the same woman no more. Once I got a woman, and me and her is intimate all the time, and then she gonna be intimate for somebody else, when I look at her, she don't look good no more. Because she's the woman. She's the one that the man aggressively deal with you. It's not like that for men. Females ain't aggressively dealing with us. We dealing with them. So men, once another man then had control over you, you just can't be my wife no more. You belong to the streets. You don't look the same. Any man to tell you that if he had a woman and she cheated on, she never looked the same. You never gonna be the same. Every time he look at you, it ain't the same. It ain't gonna never be the same. She might as well move on. Because don't no man, no husband, No ex-husband want to be with nobody that been touched on already. If I was you and you was with a man and you broke up and then later I met you, you already got a child, we become a couple, and I'm the one with you, I'm the one touching on you 3, 4, 5 years, I could deal with that. But after we in a relationship and you mine and we intimate, and then you go let another man touch on you, I don't want you back. I might be in love with you emotionally, but as far as every time I get around you, I just ain't gonna like you like that. It just ain't the same. I don't want nobody I was with that somebody went and slept with you behind me. I don't want you back no more. To me, you trash. Now, if you could stay with them, you'll be something to them. I ain't talking about second chance. I'm talking about the mentality. I ain't talking about no second chance. I'm saying the mentality ain't gonna be no more. So G-Rod, in a situation where a man take a woman back like that, he just still love her and take her back. But he never gonna like her like he did. He just trying to. He just trying to like her. But he never gonna like her like that no more, ever. She'll never be what she was to him. He just all emotional because he was with her and he'd just take her back. But she's never going to be like she was. And he always gonna look at her like some other man touched my wife. Some other man touched what belongs to me. See, for men, when we get with a woman, she belongs to us. She is our property. And women don't want to face that. Once I'm with you, you belong to me. I am dominant. I am a man. You are my property. You are my wife. You're not just a wife. You're mine. What do men say? My wife, my wife, my wife. What do my mean? So now once another man touch you, and a woman to tell you, any honest woman to tell you if they cheated on their man, when she tried to get back around him, he never looked at her the same way. They'll tell you, it just wasn't the same. I could tell. He tried, but he always looked at me like I was nasty, like I was soiled. We don't want you back behind no dude, even if we in love. We might still love you, but we don't want you back. We definitely don't want to walk around with you and walk past the dude that slept with you. Nah, you should have made a better decision. You made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. Don't nobody want that no more. We don't want you no more. That's why a lot of women don't come back, because they know you in love, but they know you don't want her no more. That's why she don't come back. She know. He don't never really like me like that no more. Ain't no need me going back to him. That's why a lot of women don't come back, because they don't want to come back and just be shamed the rest of the, they're going to be ashamed the rest of the marriage. Because you got to understand the difference between sex and a man and a woman is we put fluids in. They don't put no fluids in us. So it's not the same. When your woman cheats, somebody put fluids in her. Somebody is going in her. When we men and we with a woman, she not going in us. It's different. That's why you can't try to make men and women equal. It's not equal. Women is women and men is men. How could two different things be equal? The only thing you can compare a man to is another man. And the only thing you can compare women to is another woman. Let's take a break. Listen, make sure y'all support the channels. Support Vegan Intel on Patreon, right? It's going down. Go over there. That's where all the knowledge take care of your health and all that, right? Check it out. Yeah, so go check that out. That's why all the information about health and stuff gonna be over there. You know what I mean? That's why all the information about health and all that stuff gonna be over there. Now there is chances to get back together, but y'all gonna have to be way older in your older ages, and you might get back together as elderly couple. But when you young, no, you're not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? Once you're a woman and you go sideways on me, I might always love you depending on what we've been through. But as far as like being with you, now I'm not gonna be interested because for one, I can't. You can't. You can't trust nobody that cheated on you. So, ladies, if you were a man and he cheated on you, just leave him because you cannot trust him. If he cheated on you and he got caught, just leave him because the fact he got caught meaning he wasn't just made a mistake. He was really into it, and that's why he got caught. So, do you want a man that's gonna bring you back STDs and all that? What type of situation? What type of situation? What type of situation, G-Rod, you talking about? I mean, in specific, I'm talking about a lot of different stuff. So give me the specific scenario you talking about. You talking about a situation with a woman and she cheated or something like that? That's what you talking about? Where she tried to come back after being with another dude. I mean, I had women cheat on me before. I had my girlfriend cheated on me when I was like a young roster. You know what I'm saying? I had a girl cheat with me before, but uh I'm the type of person where the opportunity to try to get back with me is not going to be possible. You see what I'm saying, G Rock? So the opportunity, if you cheat on me and we break up, you're never going to have the opportunity. You're not going to have that opportunity to try to get back. You're not going to have that opportunity. I'm not going to provide that opportunity for that. That's not going to be a discussion. So now I ain't really never had that happen to me because that opportunity is not there. That opportunity never gonna be there. I don't want no woman behind no dude. Period. Once once you with me and you go be with another man, it's over. I'm not sleeping with my woman behind no man. I sleep behind a man when I meet a woman and she had a man and they broke up. I'm already be sleeping behind a man. Cause I'm with you after your last boyfriend or whatever, and y'all been broke up a couple years, and I meet you. So then we get together. So you already been with a man before or a couple men. I don't know. I don't ask. Now you with me. Why would I let you go be with somebody else and then come back? If you were my wife or you my girlfriend, how I look sleeping with my girlfriend behind a man? If you was with another man, you not my girlfriend. So how you gonna say come back and be my girlfriend? You not my girlfriend. My girlfriend don't do that. You not my wife. When somebody sleep with you, not my wife. You belong to the streets. So how we gonna get back together when you a different person? You are no longer the person I was with. So why would I try to get back? You different. You not the person I was with. If I'm with you and you go sleep with somebody, You a different person now. You're not the person I was with before you sleep with somebody. So we can't get together because you a different person. No, I ain't think about none of that. I'm not thinking about none of that. I'm not thinking about none of that, loves. I'm not thinking about I don't care about none of that. I don't care about what y'all did sexually or nothing. I don't think about that stuff. You just not my woman. I don't do all that weirdo stuff. I'm not thinking about what you did with somebody, because if that was the case, I would be thinking about that when I first met you. When I first met you, you was with dudes and stuff. If I meet a girl, she's 20, she had boyfriends before. I'm not thinking about that. So no, I'm not doing all that, loves. Don't put words in my mouth. That got nothing to do with it. That's not nothing to do with it. When I'm around you, I'm thinking about that. You just not my woman no more. That's all. Not because I'm thinking about all that. I could get back. If that was the case, I can get back with you. I don't care nothing about that. I don't get back with you because you not my woman no more. You just not my woman no more. And I can't trust you. I'm not thinking about no other dude with you because a lot of these dudes is weird and they like sleeping behind men anyway. So I don't go down that weird path, loves. I'm not down that path. Don't try to put me in that. I really got to delete this. Cause no, I ain't said nothing, no weirdo stuff like that. That ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You betrayed our trust, and then that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he just weirdo stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's weirdos on social media. He wasn't putting words in my mouth. He was telling how he be thinking. He trying to put how he be thinking on me. That's him be thinking about that. He the type of person that'll do that and want the other dude. You know, you got dudes out here that like sleeping with other men's women and then have the man think about I was with your woman, like weirdo stuff. I ain't into that. I'm not into the STD HIV thought patterns because that's what that is. But they just don't be knowing what they saying. They be talking about spread STDs, right? Because let's say if I did do that, she gotta go to the clinic first. See, I'm on some real stuff over here. I'm not on no fake stuff. I got people watching me. If a woman go out and cheat on me with a man, how many women have he slept with? And how many men have the women he slept with? So when she go cheat with this dude, how many people is this dude sleeping with? Right? And then how many people that he's sleeping with is sleeping with people? So now you're talking about a high possibility of HIV or STDs or STIs. Like if we want to have adult conversation, I'm not doing kitty conversations. So he want to do kitty conversation. I'm talking about some real stuff. Ain't talking about no kitty. No, I ain't talking about that. That's why people watch me. I'm talking about real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about real stuff. I ain't talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing weirdo stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have no weirdo conversation. So I'm not doing all that. Yeah, I'm not doing all that, man. I'm trying to bring some real, when I come over here, I'm trying to bring some real high level conversations. I'm not trying to just be, you know, just saying any old thing. We trying to have high level conversations. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to have no foolishness. I'm trying to help people. I'm not trying to just be over here. You know what I'm saying? When you do all that stuff, there's other things involved with that. Okay? In 2023, the United States and 6 territories are freely associated states. And freely associated, there were 39,201 HIV diagnoses among persons aged 13 years and older. For 13, the highest number percentage of rates when available of HIV diagnosis by sex, age, race, ethnicity, transmission category, and region of residence were among males, 31,846. That's 81%. Persons aged 25 to 34 years, 14,386, 37%. Black African American persons, 14,754, 38%. Persons with HIV attributed to male sexual contact, 25,916, 66%. Persons residing in the South at the time of the diagnosis, 20,188, 51%. In 2023, in the United States, the HIV diagnosis rate was 13.7 per 100,000 among persons aged 13 years and older. The highest HIV diagnosed rates by sex, age, race, and ethnicity and regions of residence were among males. Males was 22.5. Persons aged 25 to 34 was 31.3. Black African American persons 41.9. Persons residing in the South at the time of diagnosis 18.4. Okay? In 2023 in the United States, right? This the deaths. Males 3,402, 76%. Persons age 55 to 64, 1,340. Black African American persons 1,903. Persons residing in the South 2,457. Okay? Ain't not like it's not no joke. It's not no joke. So it's not like, oh, just cheating. It's not just that. It's more than that. You know what I'm saying? People bringing back stuff. When you a man and you go cheat on your woman, what do the person you cheated with got? You know what I'm saying? See, you got to look at it like that. If I go sleep with a woman, how many men she been with, and the men she been with, how many people they been with, and the people they been with, how many people they been with. So you like rolling the dice when you step outside your relationship. Like you rolling the dice, like for real, for real. You rolling the dice. So it's not like, oh, you know what I'm saying? In the next 5 years, you'll see. If they didn't have special treatments keeping these people alive with HIV, they'll be dropping like flies. You know, that ain't nothing you play with like that. Body fluids. You can't just be exchanging bad body fluids like that. We on some vampire type stuff. Like this is serious. This ain't like no joke. You can't be exchanging body fluids. I learned that as a young brother when I was in Hawaii back in the 80s. And them hippies and them had herpes outbreak. I'm like, oh no, this ain't gonna get it. How long you think it's gonna be before there be some type of transmitted disease, sexually transmitted disease that's gonna kill you instantly? It's only gonna be so long for that to happen. So it's just like it ain't just cheating. You exchanging body fluids with me, then you going and exchanging body fluids with somebody else. Then I'm exchanging body fluids with some woman. No, that's too much exchange of body fluids. Nobody don't look at it like that. See what I'm saying, G-Rod? They don't look at it like that. If you my woman and you go cheat on me with somebody, who they been with and who the people they been with, and what is you bringing me back? Nah, I pass. Because I'm liable 5 years from now, I'm liable to find out you got HIV because you out there belonging to the streets. So people just talking from an emotional point of view and relationship. No, no, no. This is on some vampire stuff like blood exchanging body fluids. No. You get with one person and y'all exchange y'all body fluids and y'all just keep that within y'all. Y'all don't get out there and start exchanging body fluids with all kind of people and then bringing that back to your marriage. Come on, man. That's why I ain't into that. I ain't into that. I ain't never want to bring my woman back nothing. That's why I ain't do all that. I ain't want to bring my woman back nothing. I didn't want to make no woman sick because I'm out here sloppy and I'm willing to get sick. Then I bring it back to her and she's sick. No. You do a lot of stuff when you having sex. Why would you want to do that with a lot of different people? That's just crazy in itself. That's just crazy. That don't even make no sense, to be honest with you. Not to me. When I was little, they had syphilis and gonorrhea and all that stuff. I ain't never wanted to catch none of that stuff. That stuff's still out here, and it be getting upgraded. You just all these foreign people coming in here might got different types of STDs, more lethal. Like in the Philippines, they got a more lethal STD. Now, when I was in Hawaii, and you go to the ship, they test you before they let you back on the ship. And if they test you and you got something, they leave you in the Philippines. And you got to go to military Yeah, they consider that a violation as a soldier. They done told you, they tell you, when you leave this ship, don't you mess with none of these women. That's a direct order. I lived in Hawaii. A lot of people don't understand Hawaii is a military base. That's all it is, to protect America so they'll never have another Pearl Harbor. Because you know the Japanese was trying to bomb California. They don't tell you that. They just tell you they bombed Hawaii, but they was trying to bomb California and Nevada and all that. So they put the military out there in the middle of the ocean to stop you from even able to pass Hawaii to even get to the mainland. Hawaii is all military. They just tell you as tourists. Now, Hawaii, first thing with Hawaii is military. Top military, too. Because they got them two big mountains. They up on them mountains. All military. On Oahu, Big Island, Maui, all them islands is military. To the utmost. And so when you go over there, my boy, he was in the Army. And when they went over there, they told him, they got to test you when you come back. And he said, Pharaoh, if you come back and you got something, they leave you on the island. And then you got to go to a military tribunal. Because they said that you can make the whole military sick and you could bring a contagious, infectious disease back to the United States. And your job is to protect the United States. So if your job is to protect the United States, but you bring back stuff going to kill Americans, they hold you as a criminal for that. As somebody, as a sailor, or as somebody that be getting deployed on them ships. Teresa, the numbers is going real crazy. They ain't saying nothing. I tried to find it. I couldn't find the story, but it was on my Instagram. They don't know what I'm saying, Teresa. The numbers is going extremely crazy. So those with some self-respect, we not doing that like that. But as me, as a king, I don't look at women as sex objects. So when I meet a woman, I don't look at women as sex objects. The first thing about being a man and having children is once you have sons and daughters, you look at people different. Because now you just had a baby man and a baby woman. So now you don't want nobody treating your son and daughter crazy. So why would you go treat other people who are sons and daughters crazy? And so the first level of responsibility is when you have children. If I got a son and a daughter, I got a baby man and a baby woman. So when you respect my daughter, you're respecting a female. You're respecting a future woman. When you respect my son, you're respecting a future man. Now, why would I go to other grown men and women and do something to them that I don't want nobody to do to my babies? You understand? I don't want nobody to do that to my babies. That changes your whole concept when you have children. If you decent, so children make you become a much more decent person, supposed to, because you're thinking about your daughter. You don't want dudes running through your daughter. You don't want dudes talking about your daughter all messed up. You got people like Snoop make all these songs. Women ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. Then he had a daughter. So now, how did that relate to his daughter? A lot of rappers will tell you they don't like they made them songs once they had daughters. You know what I'm saying? They don't like them songs once you had daughters. You don't like all them degrading women songs. Because now men gonna have that attitude about your daughter. They said Chris Brown had the song, These Bees Ain't Loyal, and then he had a daughter. And everybody was saying, well, does that apply to your daughter? Do you want a man to have that attitude about your daughter? That's what they asked Chris Brown, which is a good question. You know what I'm saying? My responsibility is to tell people the truth and help people out. I'm telling y'all, listen, find somebody in a relationship and stay in that relationship. Stop playing Russian roulette with your sexual organs. You're going to pay. Yeah, you're going to pay. When I was young in like sixth grade, it was syphilis. Nobody wanted it. It was bad. Whole sores in your mouth and all that. Then by the time I got to the 80s, it was AIDS that took over. Then by the time I got to white, herpes popped out. It's always something new. When I was in California, I used to go up to Ventura and stay a lot. So I was up there with a brethren, and he was having a problem. So we was in Ventura, so I was driving, he wanted me to take him to the clinic and wait on him. So I took him to the clinic, right? Right? So when I took him to the clinic, when he come out, he said, Pharaoh, you ain't gonna believe this. I said, what? He said, they got it. They said I had an STD. I said, for real? He said, but not only that, he said they told him exactly where in California he got that STD. They told him he got that STD on a street in South Central on Figueroa between this street and that street. He said the particular type of STD he had only came from them 2 or 3 blocks on Figueroa. And he said that they called the federal government, real talk, and that they made him give his wife's phone number and any woman that he had sexual contact, he had to give them their number because they had to call these women and make these women immediately go to the clinic because it was some type of national health threat. He said, Pharaoh, that was the scariest stuff ever. He said, it messed me up when they told me he was in Ventura, which is north of LA. Like about 45 minutes, like an hour, 2 hours, something I forgot how far we would drive. He was up in Ventura. He said when he took the test and they said, you got this from LA, he said he couldn't believe it. He said he could not believe it when he was way up there and they told him exactly where he got it from. They said, this is a specific type. This is dangerous, this one. He had to take special shots. He had to take special medicine. And they called the feds on him. They called the police on him. He was like, man, he said, I'm done, Pharaoh. Well, he had went and did something with a prostitute with no condom and stuff and got that down there. He said, man, it was so scary. Because I wanted to know, bro, why you was in there 2 hours? He said, Pharaoh, when they found out what I had, they called the federal government. They had to report me to the he said, Pharaoh, they had to report me to the United States government. And the police came. I seen them police come, but I didn't know they was coming from him. The police, they called the police. I got some stories. They called the police. The police came in and questioned him and wanted all the information to his mate. And they was not playing. He was either going to give up the information or he was on his way to jail. I tell you, you can't make this stuff up. They reported him to the CDC. Yes, they reported him to the CDC. Yes, they absolutely did. They reported him to the CDC. When he got back, he was in a lot of trouble with his wife. because they had to tell his wife that she had to go get that medicine. She had to go get that medicine. Almost ruined his marriage. She was ready to leave him. But what blew his mind and my mind is they told him he got it on Figueroa from this street to this street. That blew my mind. They said that they in Northern California, they said this is the only place in California got this. That's crazy. Hey, they told him in the whole California, you got this right here. This is the only place we reporting this particular STD. It was like, I think it was some type of syphilis. I forgot what he said, which one it was. But whatever it was only on 2 or 3 blocks. I think Figueroa, I think he said. Because that's where they all used to be at. Walking up and down Figueroa, if I ain't mistaken. I think that's where they used to be. Man, he came out. I said, bro, why you was in there so long? He like, Pharaoh, man, I thought I was going to go to prison. He like, they called the feds and everything. I said, man, why you give them your wife's number? They say they had a number. They went to the Fed information, FBI and all that. He said they put up all my information. You married to so-and-so or so-and-so, so-and-so? I'm telling you, Teresa, they pulled up the federal information. And it was like, you either going to call your wife or we going to call. This is your wife number, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. He said, Pharaoh, he's like, Pharaoh, it was like I did some type of crime. Like, it was like FBI, he said. He said it was the feds, bro. Said I got something real dangerous that's only, I wish I could remember what 2 streets he said it was. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell you something. Sleeping with women, being with women is whack, okay? Being with women is whack. Picking up women, dating women, being with women is whack. It's anti-money. If you're trying to get money, you ain't trying to do that. So doing that is a distraction. This is for somebody got low self-esteem. He trying to get notches under his belt. Chasing women is the opposite of getting money. Getting money is this. Chasing women is this. They don't go together. Getting money and being with women don't go together. That's why a lot of brothers that do that end up broke, end up being sued by these women. You see that lady? The gang got to pay her $7 million. They just took the gang's house. Okay? That man threw away everything he had. Chasing a chick. $7 million, gone. Took his house. They finna sell it for the $7 million. I don't know if I think I'm just talking. Rapper Jason Terrell Taylor, better known by his stage name The Game, has been ordered to sell his multi-million-dollar Southern California mansion to pay back a woman who accused him of this assault. The Game must give up his home to satisfy a $7 million thing. And not must give it up. They took it already. They ain't telling the story. They went and took it. Not know he must give it up. They took it. A judge ordered them to take it. Ain't no, oh, he got to give it up. That's not accurate. A judge ordered them to take it. It's not his now. It's not his. It's under the court. And the court gonna sell it. And I think they say he wanted $4 million for it, and that $4 million gonna go to pay her, and then he gonna have to come up with the other 3. $7 million gone. He tried to hide behind whack and all that. That didn't work. They found the house and they took it. He did all that rapping and gave all that money back. That's why I said from the beginning, when you get money, women is a no-go. That's how you know I was really outside. Women was a no. I had a delivery business. I'm going to all these women's houses all at night. They coming to the door with all type of stuff on. I'm giving them their stuff. I'm taking the money and I'm leaving. You cannot mix business with pleasure. Period. 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 Chasing women is going to be your downfall. Chasing women could get you kidnapped, all that, get you set up. You trying to get money, you trying to make it somewhere, you don't chase women. You don't deal with women. You ain't interested in no woman unless she wife material. And you suspicious of that because you don't know if it's wife material if you get money. If you get in money and you let a woman trick you out your position, you a fool. Because when you get money, you can't tell if she like you or not. That's why when you get money and you want to date, you got to have another car, a plain car. You got to have regular clothes. You don't wear all your jewelry. Don't drive your expensive car, right? Young brothers, listen to me. If you get money and you got enough money to buy 2 or 3 cars, buy a regular car and drive that most of the time. And when you meet a woman, take her on a regular date, regular car, just money, like money that a worker would have, a couple $100 in your pocket, no fancy jewelry on, if you trying to get in a relationship. But if you try to get in a relationship and you in a very expensive car with a whole bunch of money and jewelry, you finna be the sucker of the day because you have no way of knowing if this woman like you if you show her all that stuff. It's a recipe for disaster. And then she don't know if she like you because you mesmerize her with this stuff. And then once she get with you for so long and she find out you ain't really nothing, and then she gonna take your money. She gonna take your money. So all the real players know, all the real dudes know. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't never use your money to get no woman. Gonna be the worst thing you ever do. That's why all these Hollywood celebrities, all these rappers getting sued for everything they got because they went balling with a chick and then she gonna go to court and say, I'm used to living a certain lifestyle. And so when I divorce him, I deserve this much. And the judge gonna give it to her. $2 million a year, something ridiculous until you broke. Because she gonna say, being with you, she was able to live a certain lifestyle. Because you was a trick. Like Baby from Cash Money. He ain't nothing but a trick. He talk all that gangster stuff. He ain't nothing but a trick. He ain't that. You don't chase women. Period. Chasing women is for lames. Women are used to take your money and set you up. I know people will sick a woman on you. Yeah. Women get sicked on you. Like that's why you're trying to meet a woman on your own accord. You're not trying to meet no woman at the places where they say meet a woman, because that's where certain dudes send women to mark you out. So you got to make sure you meet them organically when you meet a woman. Because this dudes is professional with setting you up with women. They send them to where you hang out. You balling and you at the balling spot. There's women sit there. The strippers is setup artists too. You just think she a stripper. No, she a setup artist. You're gonna lose everything you got, even maybe your life. And this go for hard working, hustling or whatever, athlete, whatever. Money means no women. And once you get put that no woman in your mind, that's gonna slow you down. Of course, you're a man, you're gonna be with women. So when you get that no woman attitude, that slows you down. So that when you do get a woman, you're able to move nice and slow and make a good choice. But if you're like, yeah, I'm getting money, I'll be with all these women, you're gonna be broke. Because the same way you slick, the women's on the same type of time you on, but she play like she gullible. Look at Shannon Sharp. She set him up. She gonna take him. He was set up. That lady never liked him. He was always a bag. They all lost money. Marvin Gaye had to do a whole album for his woman. They all took L's with women. Marvin Gaye had to make the whole album, Here My Dear, and get that woman a whole bunch of money. Suckers. You don't mix money with women. That's the first thing you learn if you're a hustler. First thing you learn when you're a hustler and you're in the streets, if you want to survive and get out like I did, women, it's got to be secondary, third, even your wife. If you hustling and getting money, your wife cannot be what she is for a regular, just married man. If you get money, your wife, she can't be high up on no pedestal. It just is what it is. Your wife got to be like third. If you're in the street hustling like me, when I was hustling, my wife was like third. The first thing was my protection I carried on me. That was number one. That was my favorite thing in the whole world. She was third behind that. Facts. I slept with that and her. I went to the shower with that. I had that in the kitchen. I had that everywhere. I had that when she wasn't even around. That was my main wife, was the protection. My second wife was my beeper. My beeper was way more important than my wife. my beeper and my protection was my main two chicks. My wife was just number three. She was not number one or number two. Not even close. Because I'm in the streets. If I'll get rid of her for my main two chicks. If we get between her and my main two chicks, you gotta go. If you ain't that cold, you if you get money and you ain't that cold, it's gonna be bad for you. I don't care if you're a professional football player, whatever. When you get money, your wife cannot be first. If she is, you're gonna lose your money. You're gonna lose everything you got because you ain't gonna be first. And her man, your money gonna be first too. And she gonna put your money over you and take your money. So it don't really go together. Women chasing women is not good. It's bad. It's gonna go bad. It's always gonna go bad. It's not gonna go good. Because the type of woman you want, you ain't gonna have to chase her. She gonna be about business. You got men watching me right now that's headed for a divorce and they don't even know it. It's coming though. And if they ain't got their business in order, their money in order, they gonna clean them out. Because your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. And this person you love the most, that you cherish the most, when they go bad, they trying to hurt you. And they trying to hurt you bad. They trying to hurt you real bad. And you can't believe, like, all this time, all this much I love you, you trying to do this to me? And they're like, yeah. They're like, yeah, they trying to yeah. What they tell you about a woman scorn? So that's why I said I had my number one protection. I had my number two as my beeper. And then my wife was number three. And that stopped a lot of problems because my main chick was going to get at her. You know what I'm saying? My main chick can equalize all that. All that, we can knock all that out. My main chick give you a little act right. So once they see that's your main chick, they'll never play with you like that. I mean, stay out the streets, but it's the same way with everything, even if you got a good job. You want to be very loving. You want to be very protective. And being protective of your wife meaning that everybody going to fear to mess with your family because you there to protect them. But your wife have to have some fear of you, of playing with you. And the fear go a long way because you never have to do nothing. You ain't got to fight her. You ain't got to be hitting her and all that. The fear does all the work for you. And if they ain't got no fear, you're going to have to leave them alone. Now, if you're just a regular dude, she don't need no fear. Got a job. But if you in the streets, she got to be afraid. First and foremost. But if you ain't in the streets, then everybody else got to be afraid, not her. Everybody got to be afraid. The neighbors got to be afraid. Everybody got to be afraid to play with you and play with your household and play with your children. And it's a way you carry yourself to make people not really want to try your situation. But if you zippity do that, happy go lucky, you're gonna get ran over. You know how you do business with businesses and then something go wrong And you go say, well, what about my money? And they say, oh, I don't know. We can't help you, you know. That's because they ain't afraid. But if they afraid, they start saying, you know, typically we can't help you, but we going to do something. I mean, I bet you is going to do something. They treat you totally different. They start making exceptions when it's going to go bad. When you be like, well, listen, if this don't go this way, you do know the results. And they go, we don't have to do that. We don't have, you know, we don't have to do, you know, we don't have to do all that. I mean, that's what we gonna do though. If this don't get, you know what I'm saying? With all due respect, and you're not mad or nothing. It's a businessman to businessman. I know how y'all do stuff over there. Over here, we do this like this. Over here, we do it different. You know, I got policies too. I got policies that people don't give me my money back. Yeah, she got $250 million judgment. That's the only reason she did it, for the bag. So look, that's that. I'm gonna do another live. I don't think I need to talk about no other subject behind that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, Tony. Tony felt like we should know that. I don't know why. It ain't on my what he said, it didn't show up on my YouTube. It's only showing up on my Okay, thank you for that, Tony, whatever that is. Thank you for that though, Tony. You know what I'm saying? But just be careful with that Bible. It could make you go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tony wrote a long thing from Facebook talking about, he said Satan. He said the white supremacists chose Satan, so be it. FAFO Revelation 13, 9 and 10. If anyone has an ear, let him hear. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. Here is the patience of the saints. So he's saying some old Bible stuff. You know what I'm saying? The problem with that is we don't know if he's going to be the first one to take the microchip or not. The talk is cheap. He on Facebook, and that Bible and that religion, it'll take you over. I don't think he want us to repent. I think he just, you know, he just into what he posted. I respect it though. What he posting is real. So I respect what he posted. Some of that stuff, it gets you. It get inside your mental. But that's what it is. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be here again with another conversation. Make sure you join my Patreon and all that. Make sure you join Vegan Intel Patreon. Make sure you join Pharaoh Said That Patreon. Go check out my Rumble. Go check out my Kick. Go check out all that stuff and make sure you follow all that stuff because there's going to be a lot of information on all that, and it all ain't going to be on one thing. Everything is not going to be on YouTube. So check it all out, all right? All right, one.